on. What's up, everybody?
That's a really good.
We're here. We are on YouTube. That's right.
What would you guys do if I ripped my shirt right there?
First copyright right here. That would be the rumbling. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know how YouTube works, guys, so we're going to find out. But this is our first live stream on YouTube where we are going to be focusing over on Season 4 of AOT. Isn't it crazy? Hit that applause for me, please. We are here. Yeah, you know what? I love it. I love it. We will be continuing on Season 4, Episode 9. Brave Volunteers will be Part 3 of our episode breakdown and discussion. Shout out to whoever's in chat. I could not see chat on our end because
I am not baldest.
Chat is...
Ronnie says,
very
I want to see everyone's pumps. This is my current pump. I did shoulders and chest today.
Yeah, it's what it is right there.
Don't show us your chest pump.
I'm not showing you my chest pump.
Thank
you. But yeah, I'm excited.
This is isolated. I can make my muscles.
This is a new adventure for us. A new opportunity for us to go ahead and grow as a podcast. And I have a good feeling. I have a good feeling about YouTube. You know, I feel like YouTube is going to go ahead and
stories. Get as many of your friends.
Give us a platform here to go ahead and have some friends. You know, join us and stuff like that.
Guys,
it'll be cool. It's gonna be fun.
The #1 AOT podcast has finally hit YouTube Live.
That's what it is.
Spread the word.
You know what? Hey,
some people say that.
Some websites even say it.
There's an article. I mean, look it up.
There's an article. Look it up.
All you gotta do is search up best Attack on Titan podcast, and there's gonna be an article. It's gonna go ahead and say top 10 list, and as a matter of fact, we are #1 on that list.
Of a public peer-reviewed article.
We're proud of it.
Behind this statement. All right.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. And for any of our friends that are joining us,
hi Jacob, hi Ronnie,
who aren't familiar with us by chance,
Zebra Cake?
This is the podcast where we break down each Attack on Titan episode in chronological order. We go through in-depth analysis. We go through spirals. We go through freaking just crazy hypotheticals, and we love talking AOT. And as a matter of fact,
just like talking.
We don't just break down each episode on chronological order. We go ahead and we break down the episodes and break down into like essentially each episode we break it down into like 3 to 4 parts. So
yeah,
you're getting a lot of AOT content, and we're excited. If you were just discovering us, we are purely audio for Season 1 of our breakdown and just analysis and those discussions.
Jacob
you can find all that on Spotify.
Who's Ronnie?
Hey, Ronnie, are you new here?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Ronnie.
Yeah.
Hey, Ronnie is live in chat.
I believe that's Ronnie Fernandez.
That would be our good friend.
Does the guy with a mullet have an Insta?
Says Ronnie Fernandez.
I don't, but,
You're on it, actually. It's this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, you're on it. Exactly. And even that, I don't see what goes on over on that.
But no, Jacob, Ronnie is not new here.
No, Ronnie's not new.
Dude, no, just let him figure it out.
It's okay. Honestly, maybe he'll figure out if I say that, I want to go ahead and welcome the beautiful Ronnie in chat. Yeah.
Does that help?
You're missing a couple syllables there.
Yeah. But,
but
excited.
He's still Sigma.
100%.
Okay.
So again, our friend Jacob is here in chat. That is our favorite Jaegerist and only a Jaegerist that we care about at the moment. Jacob is here. Jacob's doing his thing. Jacob is very loyal. Jacob is a great friend.
Make it easier for me to scroll through them.
And yeah, I mean, Jacob's the moment that he went ahead and he found us, he's just become a loyal friend of ours that tunes in every single week, and we're so grateful for Jacob, and we're so grateful for our friends, and anybody else that's in chat. Again, welcome. Hello. But we have a podcast to cover.
Doesn't even go in here.
Again, we will be breaking down Season 4, Episode 9. We will go ahead and do our recap and all that good stuff. We'll go ahead and we'll get into the episode, and we will do our interpretation of bringing the episode to life with our voice acting. Is something that we are very much excited about, and something that we are passionate about. And we love voice acting, and we do the best that we can. And it'll be fun to go and do that. And of course, as we go ahead and we retell the story that is AOT, and we go ahead and do the voices and stuff and try to bring the scenes to life with our interpretation, we love to go ahead and break them down. So if you are here and you're just, again, being new and finding out how we do things, do not be afraid to ask questions. Do not be afraid to go ahead and help out with our, discussions and analysis and breakdown. And because, again, as far as season 4 goes, we're very much learning, all the different details and all the different foreshadowing moments and everything.
I watched a timeline explained video today.
There you go.
Because your girl be forgetting.
Yeah, season 4 is still a little hazy for us, but that's only because we've only really watched it once or twice. And and as far as season 1 through 3, I mean, we had seen those seasons many, many times, and it was really cool to go ahead and see all these different things happening as we go ahead and watch it a second or third time or fourth time, and it's like you're learning something new every single time about it, and it's exciting, and we're like, oh shit. Like, we're talking a lot about AOT. Let's go and let's just make a podcast about it. And we did. Yeah. And here we are. The #1 podcast.
I know.
Attack on Titan.
Damn near 4 years later, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Crazy.
We're actually coming up on... we haven't hit 4 years yet, but we're going to be coming up on it.
Yeah. I actually have a question for our favorite chatters.
Yeah.
Is the audio quality any different on YouTube?
That's a good question.
Ooh, that is a good question.
Good question.
I'm genuinely curious. Also, Jacob says, "Oh, zebra cakes, what's up? I've been buying cosmic brownies. Sorry."
Oh shit!
Oh.
Wow.
And then Ronnie says, "I love the chips on those." And Jacob goes, "Same."
Same.
That's so cool.
Cosmic brownies are. Oh, they're so good. They're so bad for you.
A lot of things that are really good tasting are bad.
Normally bad for you, yeah.
But yeah. All right, y'all. Another thing that we like to do at the start of our podcast, as we do these weekly podcasts, and it's a way for us to go ahead and weekly connect and to go ahead and spend quality time together. And we like to go ahead and just talk about what we've kind of been up to and what we did during the week and all that and so on and so forth. And a lot of us we go ahead and we go on trips, do different things, whatever the case is, spend time with friends and family and anybody and stuff. If we have anything that's cool, we like to go ahead and talk about it. And just like with our friends in chat, if you guys anything that you really want to go ahead and talk about, something that was fun, let us know. We like to go ahead and just learn more about you guys and just hang out with you guys. Because again, this is a way that we get to go ahead and connect on a weekly basis. We're all a community and we're friends, and so we'd love to go ahead and hear how you guys have been and what's been going on and all that good stuff. Obviously, what for some of you what we were up to this past weekend, specifically Saturday, because you probably saw our live stream test,
test run,
where we were trying to figure things out. Obviously,
we just decided to hang out.
We didn't figure everything out because of how this stream started.
Yeah.
And if you watch this at a later time, you didn't see that happen, and it didn't happen.
It didn't.
But I just meant
perfect.
We're still figuring things out. But
Jacob said I was there.
Yeah,
Nate, edit that out.
Jacob was there. But on Saturday, we were we linked up and we tried to figure out streaming on YouTube because we're not that familiar with it. We're streaming over on Twitch. But we're here on YouTube.
But Twitch
figuring it out. I think that with Twitch is just essentially back-to-back weeks where the stream is split into multiple different parts because of connection issues. Mm-hmm. It's not something that I really want to continue doing, and so far so good with YouTube, and even just us doing that stream test, we immediately noticed the camera quality difference. And I don't know why that is the case, because here, right, still using the same software, and
the exact same setup, bro.
Being connected to now, YouTube. The cameras, they adjust. They go ahead and the quality. They
show my whiteness more.
I mean.
No, yours overexposed.
My gleam.
It's not really zoomed in either.
No, I can go ahead and zoom in more.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
What do you think, Zach?
Zach's just
you want to zoom in?
Insecure because I'm mogging him with my muscles.
I know. I feel a little inferior right now. Oh God, they're getting closer. Shit.
Is that better?
You're having a good hair day though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
I literally just put water in it, and I had a beanie this morning. I fucking got home, put some water in my hair, a little bit of gel, and I literally just went like this a couple times, and I was like, I'm too tired.
Okay. I felt like if I tried doing that with water, I'm like, okay, my hair looks good. Next thing you know, throughout the day, my hair just start going.
It'll happen. I put it's crew medium hold.
Oh, okay. You use crew,
and it's the whatever. It's the water soluble kind. There we go.
Okay.
But it's literally, I just did this a couple of times and I was like, that'll be good enough today.
Yeah, I got to go ahead and have a little like leave-in conditioner type.
It must be like a. Is it a hair wash day for you, or is it like a day 2?
It's like a day 2.
Oh, maybe that's why it's like
Thursday?
listening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tuesday was my.
How often do you guys wash your hair?
I condition like. I try to condition every other day.
Okay.
I probably shampoo like every 3rd or 4th day.
Okay. Lex?
Just because it dries my hair out.
I condition every single time just because my hair at the bottom has been getting dead from being in the sun.
Yeah.
Trying to save it as much as I can. And I wash my hair every...
Like how many times a week? Is it like a...
2 days-ish.
Okay. Because I'll be honest, I mean, for me, I go ahead and I condition every day. Mm-hmm. But I really wash my hair with shampoo 2 times a week.
Yeah.
Maybe at the most 3 if I feel like I'm having one of those weeks where it's just, at work, it was
a hot day at work.
Yeah.
I will say I'm conditioning. I mean, I'm shampooing more now that it's been getting hot.
Yeah. But you're not supposed to go ahead and shampoo obviously every single day because that's just going to dry out your hair. And the natural oils that your hair gets actually is good for your hair.
Yeah.
What your body secretes is good for you.
And then you just want to go ahead and monitor by, just kind of conditioning and stuff, I can only imagine what Jacob is saying in chat right now as we're talking about hair.
Jacob says, oh, you're going to love this. I wake up and I don't do anything to my hair.
You don't do anything to your scalp?
Oh, wait. I don't have any hair.
There you go.
That was funny, Jacob.
I love that. But hold on, Jacob.
What about to maintain
I want to ask you though. Yeah, do you go ahead and have like a process where you just clean it and shave and stuff, or do you do anything for your scalp and stuff? Because I can imagine like you're like just like with any skin, there's probably like this dryness period, right? Like during like different kind of seasonal changes and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's something that you have to go ahead and monitor, or if you just literally like wake up and you're just good to go. And if that's the case, I envy you.
Yeah.
I feel like Draco Malfoy today.
It's like, oh, there you go. They're still casting.
No, you gotta get that really harsh like comb over.
No, it's just gotta be like.
No, it's giving like Prince Charming.
Nah,
I was just watching.
You're watching Shrek?
I was just watching.
But mother!
I wasn't watching Shrek 2. I was watching all of the music scenes from Shrek 2.
Okay.
So like every time Fairy Godmother sang.
Remember the DVD? You remember the karaoke that they have in the DVD?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can like vote.
Yeah.
I love that. That was like one of my favorite.
And they had Simon Cowell there for some reason.
Yeah.
And if you chose someone that was like actually not good, he'd be like, oh, well, it's me. I'm the winner. Do you guys remember? I have that engraved in my brain.
He stands on the table and he starts singing. They give him a spotlight.
So,
some Simon Cowell song.
Yeah. I don't remember what song he sang.
What is it? Like probably like Frank Sinatra's My Way or something like that?
That's what I was thinking.
Probably is Frank. Why does it sound like it is My Way? Hold on.
That's what I was thinking.
It might be.
Can we dig into that for a second? I know this is Attack on Titan podcast.
We can go ahead and look
can we
real
look
quick
that up?
and stuff,
We haven't gotten to AOT yet. Don't worry.
Do we have anybody else in chat that's joining us, or we just have the beautiful
no, it's
Ronnie,
still
and then we have Jacob?
Ronnie.
Wow.
Thank you.
I'm disappointed, Tish. I'm disappointed. Okay. I'm sure Tish.
Yeah,
is
where
busy.
you at?
And any of our friends that tune in and join us, don't be afraid to go ahead and say hi. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, so that's the intro, right?
Yeah, that's the intro.
Okay, go to when Simon Cowell says that he's the winner.
Yeah. Also,
Jacob said that the streams froze.
Really?
Oh, it doesn't even let me.
Are you kidding me?
We're off to a great start, huh?
It's not frozen.
I got it. The Pinocchio vote.
It's really laggy for me. Maybe I should get off of it.
I'm already off.
I'm gonna get off of it.
I'm already off Wi-Fi.
Me too. Oh, it is what he said.
Then he has not.
Plane.
That's crazy.
Do you think that's actually Simon? Well, probably is, but probably intensely
They probably fucking
auto-tune. Yeah.
And did it more.
If you guys know that, then you know. Oh, Tish
Tish has been here. I just saw right on chat.
She said, that I've been here, I'm cooking.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're off of whatever the Wi-Fi and stuff. I've been off it.
Yeah, I'm off the Wi-Fi.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Because it was,
Welcome, Tish.
I am also now off the Wi-Fi.
it was just lagging for a second. While you were
that was another issue that we had past Saturday. We're running the test and stuff, streaming. We tried to do a multi-stream, and then the moment that the NatePlaysBad, the great Nate, decided to go ahead and help us out just with that. I know that he had plans over on Saturday, and he's gracious enough to go ahead and help us out. And this is some time-consuming stuff too that we're trying to figure out. But anyways, point being, we were able to go ahead and multi-stream because of Nate. And the moment that we started streaming on Twitch, instantly connection issues and just, it was like both streams started getting really just really bad, and obviously on our end we are limited with resources and what we have and stuff. Like the equipment that we have, it is like good, like expensive equipment that we've been using, but like we don't have the extra shit. You know, we don't have like the other freaking, like different monitors and whatever the setup is. Like, we have what we need to go ahead and stream, and obviously we hope that the stream goes accordingly. With the freaking connection and all that, but
we'll be fine.
We're just figuring out. It's a process here, right? I mean, just like with
honestly,
season
we've
1
been using the same exact setup, the same exact Twitch, everything for about 3 years officially.
Yeah, pretty much since we got off the apps
for 3 years. So it's been good for up to for a couple of years.
I hope that it's good for another 3 years.
Because I think we got honestly, I think we have 3 more years of this fucking podcast, because I'm not saying that in a bad way.
Fucking amazing podcast.
Yeah.
The #1 podcast.
I'm saying that as I was
slowly
watching,
breaking you down.
As I was watching
each week.
Before we're done with this podcast, Lexi's gonna finish watching One Piece.
No, I honestly. So
we'll see. I hope so.
As I was watching the YouTube recap,
she said it.
As I was watching the YouTube recap of all of Attack on Titan, I was like, okay, cool. This is the part that where we're at. Let me pay attention. And I was like, okay, how much is left in the video? An hour.
How long was the whole video?
2 hours. We are halfway.
We've hit our 2/3 mark in AOT, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Really?
Those movies, huh? Those movies are.
Well, the thing is that when we get to season 4, I mean the
season 4 and on is just
those movies
juicy.
are going to be
Heavy.
crazy. I mean, we're gonna have to figure out how the hell we're gonna go ahead and really start talking about those movies. But I mean, we'll get to that point eventually.
Because we're gonna have to. I mean, we have to analyze and explain the paths, how that connects, how that connects, how that connects.
Crazy! Oh my god!
Oh my god! That's why I watched a thing today. I was like, oh my god, wait, am I ready for this?
I know.
Because we're tackling on a lot, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's a lot, but we still want more. So, Isayama, if you want to keep writing more.
You sound like RJ from Over the Hedge. Enough is never enough.
That's a good movie.
Great movie.
It don't stop.
I know, that's a little classy, little
killer soundtrack. They literally ended with closing time.
They had Avril Lavigne voicing a possum. Tell me that's not the best thing you could have ever done.
It's one of the best characters, actually.
And who voices?
Cammy's the best character.
Who voices the bear?
Oh shit!
No, doesn't Steve Carell the
RJ? Hold up.
Can't remember his name.
Steve Carell's the squirrel, right? And then obviously Bruce Willis is RJ. Crazy what's happening with Bruce, or what's been happening. Prayers out to Bruce Willis.
What's happening with Bruce Willis?
He's got that sickness that he's essentially like mute, and he's trapped in his body, and I think, and he's Oh,
dang! I had no idea.
Yeah.
What's the name?
Can't talk anymore.
Bruce Willis.
I can't remember what I gotta see what.
Vincent.
That sounds right.
What does Bruce Willis have?
I'm just gonna look up Over the Hedge bear. Yeah, it is Vincent. Nick Nolte.
What's his name? Nick Nolte?
Yeah.
Okay. Real quick, just to clarify, because I felt like how he described it was very vague and stuff.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis diagnosed with FTD. It's frontotemporal dementia, which is a degenerative brain disease affecting the frontal and temporal lobes. This disease is an umbrella term for a group of disorders that can manifest in different ways, including personality changes, speech difficulties, and language impairments. His family announced the diagnosis in 2023.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I know that his speech was very much impaired, and yeah, it's... Yeah. So
dang.
I see what else.
Prayers out to Bruce Willis.
Nick Nolte was in.
I was looking at everything else.
Ridiculous Six.
I was just looking through all of it. He's in
the OG Hulk movie.
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder.
Did you find out who the voice was?
Nick Nolte.
Yeah, Nick Nolte.
Oh, Nick Nolte.
He's in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, Nick Nolte.
He voices someone in the Spiderwick Chronicles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I can't remember the character's name.
I remember him from the Hulk movie, the first one.
Yeah, that fucking atrocity of a movie.
All right, good stuff.
It's actually really good.
It's so good for its time.
For its time, yes.
We're talking about like actors and all that stuff, and actually
hold up because
earlier today,
because I'm a loose chat.
Earlier today, I was listening to one of the voice actors who got casted over in One Piece season 2,
right?
Live action, and he is the actor who's going to be portraying Smoker, and I just saw a quick little 10-minute excerpt of the interview that he did. It essentially was like a little podcast thing, right? And it's so interesting because he got casted, right? He went to audition and he auditioned, but he didn't know what role he was getting. He didn't understand what happened.
Can you zoom me out?
Oh yeah.
Just a little bit, so I'm straight. Yeah. Yes, I smidget. Thank you. Also, Ronnie wants the last cactus cooler.
Take it. Yeah, go ahead, baby. That's yours.
Must be nice.
So throughout the process, he said that he auditioned.
Chat Pokemon R5.
He had no clue.
R5.
Hello, new friend.
Hi, Pokemon R5.
Pokemon.
Pokemon R5.
Hell yeah!
I got all of our heads. Okay, hold
AJ heard Pokemon and got excited.
What's up, Pokemon?
Jacob thought Tish was dead.
Okay.
So he finna hit her with the Tish, please.
Tish is here.
Then Then Jacob said, "Then we do One Piece, please. I will join via Discord every week and read the material."
Who said that? Tish?
No, Jacob.
Oh.
Jacob said he's gonna tell Tish, please, because she was cooking, but she's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's cooking. Our friend Pokemon, welcome, and I want to ask our friend Pokemon, what is your favorite Pokemon?
Jacob asked that as well, and he said his is Gengar.
Jacob is Gengar. Okay. Well, welcome, and so Smoker actor. Right, didn't know he was Smoker. He auditioned and he didn't know what character he's going to go ahead and be, which is kind of interesting. I don't know. I didn't know if it was like just
they just said we're going to give you a character. Don't worry, you're going to like
stuff.
it.
I know they're very
just
secretive.
Have you just read lines off whatever, and you just.
I know it's very secretive, for obvious reasons, right? And then, I think you just go in like you said. You just audition, and then
they give you the way that you say or the emotions that you're feeling.
Yeah, you do a little callback. And then you figure out as far as just what to go from there. And then he realized the character he got. And so he's like, okay, I have no idea who this person is because the actor has no idea One Piece existed. No clue.
He was just no idea. It's for a job.
And that was interesting to me. But I was like, okay, I would think that if you're auditioning for something that you have some sort of familiarity, but also I guess they have talent reps and stuff, and
their agents
that go ahead and they tell them to go on audition.
People also act for different reasons.
Yeah, and the thing is
people act because they just love to act, and people act because they love the story.
Some people just
that's a good thing too.
Some people just like the job.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's a good thing when you go into a job not having any other idea as far as what to expect, because you're going into it literally as an open canvas. You follow along essentially what the direction as far as where your character is, and it's your own interpretation. You don't have any kind of prior reference or any of that stuff, right? So essentially this actor went ahead and he said oh, okay, yeah, the guy's named Smoker, okay, cool. For preparation he watched season 1, and then he watched Smoker scenes, right, in the anime, and he's like, this is actually pretty cool. So he started watching it from the beginning.
Oh.
And he's like, well, he's telling the host, he goes, I'm 80 episodes into over thousands of episodes, so it's gonna take me a while. And plus, you know, I have a young kid, so I can't be just watching, you know, anime.
I can't binge it all the time.
You know, he goes, once she starts getting of age, maybe I can start really watching it and stuff like that, you know, watch with her. But he goes, yeah, I mean, it's just he understands now the scope as far as what One Piece brings to the world, right? And he understands too, like he goes, you know, he talked about Iñaki. You know, obviously that's the character that plays Luffy. And Luffy is the like main character, and he's talking about how it's like it's so crazy to me because he goes like Iñaki is playing this character that is involved with a show that is globally loved.
It is so the most popular show on the planet,
and he's like the perfect embodiment of it. And he goes, he's literally like a rock star. He goes out and he goes, if he goes to Japan, he doesn't have to pay for anything.
Oh no, he's getting swarmed.
He goes, he doesn't pay for anything. He doesn't need to pay for anything and stuff like that. Well, he said he doesn't need to. He's not like that. That's what he does. But he's talking about like how he's just like a rock star, and
he is their superstar. Like he is their icon.
And then he said that this has been his favorite job that he's ever got, and you know, he said just being able to go ahead and spend 3 months over in South Africa.
Who's the actor for Ace? Jacob asks.
Ace, there hasn't been any kind of actor announced for Ace yet. Again, they keep things very, very quiet.
Oh, what's that? Pokemon R5 said his favorite Pokemon is Charmeleon.
Oh.
Okay, solid pick. Jacob said awesome with sunglasses emoji.
Jacob said, I want to see Smoker get packed up by Dragon. Bro, chill.
Oh my gosh.
Then Bobby hopped in chat. What's up, Bobby?
Hey,
Bobby.
what's up, Bobby?
Because Tish earlier said that fear not, Jacob. She is live, and if anything happens, she'll put Jacob in her will for all of her Chopper memorabilia. Bobby says, "Will favoritism is wild, lol. I'll leave y'all my pup." Jacob said, "What's up to Bobby?" We got the Ace question.
Beautiful.
Bobby, he's the only one I trust second to Zach. My child must be protected. Reasonable. Yo, what's up? That's my boy, Bobby.
Oh yeah. What's up, everybody? We're glad and welcome. And also to our new friend Pokemon. I'm curious how you found us. If it was just through social media or whatever.
Gardevoir too, is what he said.
So God of War.
Gardevoir. That's a psychic type Pokemon.
Oh, they said God of War.
No, Gardevoir.
Okay, Gardevoir.
Close.
Okay. Gardevoir is like the little like
it's Ralts, which has the green top and the pink. Then it's Curly, which is the ballerina. Then it's Gardevoir that has the long.
I remember from I think it was Pokemon Sapphire, Ruby, and Emerald.
Yes, Gen 3, baby. The second best psychic type in that gen.
There you go, beautiful. But yeah, I would be curious to go and know how you found us, and again, welcome. But yeah, I thought it was interesting that this actor had no idea that One Piece existed, and now he literally in the live action adaptation.
Yeah, I get Eric Vale vibes with Trunks.
Eric Vale vibes?
Yeah, it's in terms of just like the not really knowing what you're getting into. Yeah, you stumble upon one of the greatest fucking series of your time.
That story's insane. Yeah, I remember like for me, like as somebody that like my dream job, it would be an absolute honor. And it'd be a dream job to be a voice actor. And, that would be great. And then, so I was like looking to go ahead and see other voice actors that I obviously am a big fan of. And I came across Eric Vale, and he put out a YouTube video.
Also the voice of Sanji.
And Eric Vale went ahead, and he's very charismatic as he's doing it. He's like, how to become a voice actor. He goes, well, one thing you have to do is you have to be an actor. And he just like stares at the camera and stuff, you know, and he's like, and then, you know, well, let me tell you about my story, whatever and stuff. You know, he's talking and it's like, sounds like Sanji and then Trunks at the same time, obviously, because that's him. But,
that's just
you know, the different inflections and stuff and the different like tones.
You hear it come out when he says certain words.
And so he goes out there and he talks about how, one thing I don't hear is I don't hear Shigaraki. Ever. Okay, no,
right.
I don't hear him suddenly be like, yeah, you know, where all of a sudden and then he just does this. No. Anyway, point being,
it just happens.
He goes out there and he's like talking about how he became a voice actor, and it was literally like luck. And he says voice acting goes, I didn't choose voice acting. Voice acting chose me. And he goes, let me tell you about what happened.
Must be nice.
You know, he wanted to become an actor, right? So he was doing like, you know, stage acting and stuff, you know, and then he had a fellow actor an actor who was also pursuing the art of acting at the, you know, obviously the greatest, you know, level and stuff, and they were like, oh, you know, you should go ahead and audition for this and this. I know somebody, blah blah blah. And shout out to that person that knows this person, because I'm gonna tell you who this person is at the end of the story. But anyways, he's like, Eric Vale's like, I mean, yeah, sure, I'll go ahead and audition for it. What is it? It's just like voice acting. Okay. Obviously, voice acting, I feel like, wasn't what it was, right?
It definitely
at that
had
time.
a bit harsher of a
It was
rap
more
than
in
like
like the 90s and stuff
Voice
and all
acting
that, you
was
know?
more like radio and commercial.
Yeah.
Is what it was.
You know?
It was kids cartoons in America. It was radio,
Yeah.
commercial, kids cartoons.
And then when you were somebody who's aspiring to become like, you know, a film actor, on-screen actor, that could be something where it's like, I don't know if I want to do that, right? And so anyways, he goes and he decides to do it. He goes in and does auditions and stuff, and they tell him, you know, one specific person that is essentially the voice director is like, yeah, you know what, I really like what I heard. You know, you're really talented, but as far as what we have here and we're working on, you know, I don't think it really necessarily works for us at this time, but, you know, I will go ahead and refer you to other people or whatever. So, and if something comes up, we'll call, right, and stuff, you know. And so then he's like, all right, well, thank you. And it was an opportunity for the experience of auditioning for something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then he said, like, you know, a couple weeks went by, and he suddenly got a phone call, and it was from that same voice director. And the voice director told him, hey, can you help me out? He goes, I need you to go ahead and voice one of the characters in that show that you auditioned for.
With one of the
And
sickest entries ever.
the show that he auditioned for was Dragon Ball Z, and the voice that he auditioned for and that he ended up getting, right, because whoever was initially tied to it dropped out, and whoever dropped out of that role, you fucking failed at that moment.
Drop the ball.
I have no idea who that
Drop
is.
the Dragon Ball.
I don't know that he didn't say in the
Last
story.
Dragon Ball.
But again, it was fate because Eric Vale became Trunks, and Eric Vale's voice is just like, he has that voice where it's like there's certain characters that just fit so well in, you know, like Trunks. I mean, he just sounds so cool, and he's just like this, you know, futuristic person. And I didn't need to get into all that, but anyways, the voice director that was helping out Eric Vale is one of the like anime voice acting goats, and that is Mr. Christopher Sabat.
Oh my God.
That is the Chris Sabat.
It's all full circle.
And
Everyone
you know
knows who Chris Sabat is.
You have 100% heard
You've
Chris
definitely
Sabat's
heard him.
voice in any type of anime
Piccolo,
content.
Vegeta, Zoro.
Yeah, like it's insane. He's
Kuwabara.
Yeah.
It's insane his like
The GOAT.
his different credited roles that he's a part
All
of.
my
But
Armstrong.
yeah. So that was Eric Vale's journey into voice acting. From then on, he just, you know, became a voice actor. So yeah, I mean, that story is pretty insane. But yeah, I mean, like to your point, Zach, that what you mentioned.
Yeah.
He had no idea about this thing, and he ended up becoming, you know, a voice actor, and it became this incredible future for him. And then, you know, for this actor that had no idea about One Piece, now he's going to be Smoker,
Which is like
this is going to be another crazy, incredible
top-tier
opportunity
character, in
for
my
him.
opinion.
Yeah, for sure. He's like, you know, when I'm watching this episode, I'm
Big
like, okay,
things
cool.
coming for you, sir.
My
Big
character's
things.
pretty sick. He's got like, you know, 2 cigars he's smoking, and he's on this freaking like 3-wheel chopper type thing. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like I can get into this. So yeah.
That's
I
it.
listened to his little interview going on today.
Oh, man. I'm excited for
Fun.
what the live action has to come. One sec. Pokemon R5 says they're from Pakistan. Hello.
Hi.
What's up, man?
Across the globe. Welcome to our humble little channel.
Love that.
Hello.
Hope you're staying safe out there.
100%.
Yeah.
Please stay safe. Glad you could be with us. Then we got another new first chatter. Let me know if I say this wrong. I'm assuming it's a silent J. So it's like Tehesh Sharma.
Okay.
She's gorgeous.
Nice.
She's the one. I don't know if there was a previous chat for that. I'm so sorry. I
Okay.
can't pull up and see it.
But hello, new friends.
Yeah,
Hello.
what's
Hello, new
up?
friend.
Welcome.
Jacob says, growing up is realizing that Gen 5 was peak Pokemon. Gen 5 was peak storytelling in Pokemon. I wouldn't say it was the best for design or music, but it was the best storyline. Jacob, now who the heck is this? Welcome.
Yeah.
Pokemon R5 says, now I stopped watching Pokemon because I want Ash to come back. I heard the new series is actually like really fucking good. And I heard the animation is, I've seen it. The animation is solid. So I would say give Pokemon Journeys a shot.
But is Ash no longer
Ash is gone. After
Ash retired?
Ash,
Wow.
because they had in the last game that was the one with the Gigantamax, the champion was Leon. He has long purple hair. They did like a world tournament, and all the champions and gym leaders came back. Cynthia was there, Steven Stone was there, and Ash beat Leon to be the #1 battler in the world.
Wow.
For at least the world they built up thus far, and then he retired.
Wow.
At 10, because this motherfucker is still 10.
But like, what did he retire to do though?
I don't know.
Just explore the world?
Who knows? They might bring him back, but his story was over.
They'll bring him back when he's 11.
For real.
But that's so cool. To our new friends, welcome, and I really hope you appreciate what we do here. And what we do here again is just it's us to go ahead and link weekly. We do a weekly podcast every Thursday, and if anything changes, obviously, follow us on Instagram at Attack to Talk Podcast, and you'll be able to get updated on when we'll be streaming live. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We'll be streaming live on YouTube now, going forward on Thursdays, and we're gonna go ahead and connect. We're gonna go ahead and talk, AOT, and talk about the episodes in chronological order, and I'm excited for it. And I hope you guys are able to go ahead and.
We're about to lose a chat. Hold on.
Yeah. Tahesh said, if Pokemon make an open world 3D game, nothing could be better than that. They must spend some decent amount in game production, and then they can use it as an online server too and earn in hundreds of millions. I get what you're talking about, like a live lobby MMO with other players in it. Because I mean, they might be able to get something. I'm so glad I read that. They might be able to get something like that off with Legend Z to A if they want to turn the nighttime battles, because it's a battle royale at night for the new open world game coming out.
Yeah.
But I couldn't see Nintendo doing that because they like money too much. They want you to buy your own copy.
I like Bobby's
Ronnie
question.
is here. Oh, you can read it.
Bobby asked, "Is this format good to y'all? Comfortable? Easy transition?"
Oh, thank you so much for that question,
thanks
Bobby.
for asking,
Appreciate
Bobby.
you checking in. And right now, the format, it is what it is. I know that we all know that it could obviously be better.
It seems like it's more accessible for you guys because we are having trouble keeping up with chat. Like
I've never had this issue before.
Yeah, we've never had this. Yeah, to be frank, we've never
Normally I
had
can
this
scroll
issue
up,
where
so-
there are too many chats
Were you able
coming
to
in.
have the other chat over?
I can't scroll. It won't load.
Oh, it
the
won't?
new ones will only load in here.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay, so yeah,
So,
I'm
I'm
So
sure
I guess we're just too popular, guys. I'm just kidding.
I can't even see it
I
in
want to try
here.
to, unless we have it pulled up on
open
a
in
phone.
another window. I think.
Is this one? But
Yeah,
it
but
won't
you
load
can't show.
anything.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's from like a while ago. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
But I appreciate the question,
do like
Bobby.
the
and
format.
the format, yeah, I think right now it's just obviously you got a lot of help from NatePlaysBad, and we
you,
appreciate Nate for that. And that transition was obviously very helpful because we'd still be figuring out how to go ahead and probably stream live over on YouTube. But
And now we got new friends.
we're here.
I know.
We're here with new friends, and that's one
I'm
thing
glad that we're on YouTube.
we were
because
really
it seems like
excited
it's more
about.
accessible to our
Exactly.
viewers,
Yeah.
and we could hang out more. And there's not
Exactly.
so
More
much.
of a globally accepted
Twitch was causing
platform.
us a lot of issues in terms of connection and
Yeah.
stuff. So I'm just glad that we're able to be on something that where we have the issue that we have too many friends.
Yeah.
Dandadan versus Kaiju number 8. I read the manga for Kaiju number 8. I have not read Dandadan. Dandadan is really good, but I have not read the manga for it. So, I mean, you can tell what at least my preference is there.
But you watched it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched what's out. Zway2 says, yo, what's up? What's up, Zway? Nice to meet
What's
you.
up?
Thank you
Hi.
for joining us. They can give Ash a time skip. That's what I'm thinking. If they bring Ash back, he's going to be older like Red. Yo, is that Death Note behind you from Zway2?
Yes, it
Yes, it
is.
Kaiju is better than Dandadan, in my opinion, according to
I have
Jacob.
him tatted on my
Pokemon
calf.
R5 says, Ronnie, your name is inspired by Minecraft YouTuber Ron9IE, friend of Anshu.
Okay.
And Tahesh says, Tahesh, if I'm saying it wrong, let me know. Nah, I like community with less but interesting people. I'm going to come regularly. Welcome. Well, we're glad
that's
that you
awesome.
enjoy your time here.
So to our new
We're
friends,
yappers.
let me go ahead and explain again. Like,
Titan is better than Kaiju.
Yeah,
This
Titan's better
is-
than Kaiju.
an Attack on Titan podcast, but we do this podcast because we genuinely
Is
love
that
the
another
community.
new friend?
Yeah.
We have
That-
another new friend too.
Awesome.
Hi, Rohan.
We genuinely
Hi.
love the community that
Rohan
this
Umer.
podcast has brought us, and trust me, if you guys go ahead and stick around long enough, you guys tune in on a weekly basis, you're gonna find out very, very quickly that we genuinely are just so appreciative of any support that we receive from this podcast, and
Yeah.
we don't ask anything of you guys other than just like we want you guys to go ahead and. Just tune in with us and just hang out with us because that's what it is. It's just a weekly hangout. We talk about just a bunch of random shit, honestly. Like literally the first hour or so, the podcast is us just catching up
and rambling.
just hanging out. And then the next other hour or so, the podcast is us just having the
It's
structure.
genuinely
And
breaking down.
sometimes there's
Recording us
even
hanging
a
out.
third hour.
Yeah, I
of
mean-
more rambling.
So I'm so thankful for our new friends that are here, and I really hope that you guys just continue to support and appreciate and enjoy the content that we put out. And I think that it'd be very, very fitting for us to go ahead and start by, I guess, kind of reintroducing ourselves to those that don't know us. And we are essentially, again, the podcast says 3 friends that, love Attack on Titan and want to go and talk about each episode. And that's how this podcast was formed. And so I have my co-host with me. I am the host. My co-host is Lexi. You can see Lex right here. And we have my co-host Zach. Zach is here. And I am AJ. And so we have Lexi, we have Zach, and we have AJ. And one thing we like to go ahead and just poke fun at is it's fitting that we have this podcast that's focused around Attack on Titan, because it's we have our Armin, Aaron, and Mikasa kind of dynamic.
I know. We really do, accidentally.
And it's pretty hilarious. But anyways, so that's kind of do a little formal introduction. But
Jacob's already introduced himself.
Yeah.
Jacob is our...
I need everyone's attention. Are any of you guys Jaegerists in here like me? That's from Jacob, not me.
He's no BS.
Also,
I love how Jacob's just no BS.
Jacob is a Jaegerist.
Solo Leveling has a good long-term story. I read some of them. I've read a good amount of the manhwa. It's pretty cool. I think Frieren should have gotten Anime of the Year. That's my own personal opinion. Over One Piece. I think Frieren deserved it. It was killer story, killer animation. Frieren made me fucking cry. So
I know Ronnie watched Frieren, and when she was working while she had it on in the background and watching it at the same time, I would go ahead and maybe pass by or walk by and just notice. One, I'm a sucker for good ambiance music or good, kind of.
Oh, the soundtrack is fucking crazy.
And that sounds beautiful. And then just looking and seeing just the art style, beautiful.
Yeah, Frieren, you should give it a watch. One of my favorite scenes is
Delicious in Dungeons, man.
Oh, stop!
Me and Ronnie are both can we get season 2 already?
I'm waiting. Oh fuck. Zway2 said I made my own Titan. I would love to know how you made your own Titan. Pokemon R5 says my favorite Titan is the Warhammer Titan. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Pokemon.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Pokemon.
you.
Thanks for the sub.
Hit that bell because we'll be going live on Thursdays.
Also, too, make sure you follow us on Instagram, because we do post poll questions and Q&As as well.
Yeah,
and then we talk about them. We talk about them whenever we stream after that. So,
Tehesh Sharma says this one for Girly. Zway says my own Titan has the smiling Titan face and short hair and is a jaw Titan. That's pretty sick.
Interesting. Damn, smiling Titan face with the jaw
design.
Titan stature. That is pretty terrifying. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a jockey.
But hold on. Is it just
That's
a jaw
Left 4
Titan?
Dead 2 jockey.
So is it?
That's what you're
if you know that
describing.
reference, then but so is it considered a jaw Titan, or did you create your own separate 10th Titan?
Are you like Ymir, where you're your jaw Titan is just the Titan you had, or are you Titan Warrior?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
They're two different things. You can be pure Titan LD and all of a sudden become you stumble upon this Titan ability, and next you're kind of transformed into a Titan, and your appearance is kind of pure Titan-esque, But
thank you, Rohan. Appreciate that.
Oh, thank you for the subscription.
Anti-spiral.
Love that.
Fuck, don't get me started on Gurren Lagann. Please don't get me started on Gurren Lagann.
We're gonna be here for hours.
Yeah,
I like YouTube. I like YouTube. YouTube fun.
Yeah.
Anti-spiral. You guys. Gurren Lagann. Oh, easy top 10, if not top 5. Gurren Lagann is my drill is a drill that'll pierce the heavens. That's all you need to know.
Okay, interesting. Wow.
Look up an edit at some point, and you'll be like, okay, maybe I should watch this.
I'm waiting for freaking dubbed One Piece episodes.
I know.
Oh shit. All right,
Jacob, what you messaged me about for One Piece involving the characters of the last episode, please don't spoil that. I'm just gonna ask you now. What we talked about.
Did you get spoiled by something?
I didn't, but you will. So please don't bring up any of the recent One Piece episodes in front of AJ. I'd appreciate that.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
Don't make him wait to watch it. Let him feel the anticipation.
Yeah, I'm definitely No, I'm an empath, honestly,
dude.
So I definitely go ahead and feel different moments of like whatever it is that I'm like, watching or like listening to and stuff and all that.
So sad.
Yeah, I know I am. I mean, the thing is, I'm
so excited. Hey, when you're crying, you can call me. I'm so serious. When you're crying about it, you can call me.
Oh shit.
I can't call you when I'm crying about it because you don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing, and just don't know.
Hunter x Hunter is supposed to be coming back actually. The mangaka posted, I believe it was on his Twitter. He did 2 chapters. So we might get it back, but fingers crossed. I think that we live in there's 2 timelines. There's a Hunter x Hunter timeline where Hunter x Hunter keeps going and One Piece stops. But we just ended up in the timeline where One Piece kept going. Because Hunter x Hunter is like just as big of a world with the Dark Continent. It's huge. It's huge. There's so much potential there. Yeah, I know. You guys are going to make me spiral. Shit. It's okay. We spiral all the time here.
I love it. All right. So did any of us do anything kind of fun this past week? I know that we linked up on Saturday to go ahead and figure out, just the layout and everything.
Yeah, I linked up with you on Saturday.
And then that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is that Saturday we did that. But like, anybody do anything fun like on Sunday or anything during the week?
I linked up with you on Saturday. I've just been working at home. I've been taking care of my doggy, my young baby boy.
Yeah. What about you, Lex?
Working, saying goodbye to my 5th graders. It's fine. Honestly, they don't realize that it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're just like, next class, like makes it a lot easier for me.
Yeah.
There are a few kids that are like, they see me walking out and they're like, Miss Lexi, and they go up to hug me. I got a few thank you notes today, and I got a few like, thank you so much for teaching me volleyball and learning me stretches.
No, that's cool.
And like, I have them taped up in my car right now. They're so cute.
Love that.
So my last day is tomorrow.
Good luck with that.
The kids' last day of school is tomorrow.
Be a little emotional, but also it's that last day of school feeling. It's like summer vacation, right?
So it's
a good
exciting.
Feeling. Yeah.
And plus, a lot of the, it's fine because I'm also seeing a lot of 4th graders.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, I'll see you next year. Have a good summer.
Mm-hmm.
It's cute. A lot of them run up to me and they're like, wait, Miss Lexi, can you sign my yearbook? There's the ones that didn't buy yearbooks, but they have like a piece of paper and they're like, can you sign this? They're so cute.
That's adorable.
They'll they'll come out with a piece of paper because they didn't buy a yearbook, but they still want signatures.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I'll open it up and I'll see all their classmates' signatures and it's just their name. Like there's nothing actually written there. It's just a name.
Yeah.
And I'll write a little message on the bottom and draw a little happy face. I just put down don't forget to stretch or something like that. I'm you cannot come back to school and your mile time has gone up 2 minutes. All right. I expect it to be good.
Yeah. It's funny. Actually, Ronnie this week went ahead and started teaching, no longer just being an assistant. Now she started teaching.
Ooh.
And so this was her first week, and it's funny.
Honestly, teaching teaches you a lot.
What's funny is that I believe it was the second day. It was the second day, right? And then she already came home with like different sheets of papers of drawings that kids made for her.
And then especially when it's like your first
fridge is gonna be fucking packed.
Yeah,
they're not going on my.
Especially when it's like
on the fridge. I'm sorry.
They're not going on my fridge.
They're not going on the fridge.
That's crazy.
Okay, sorry, baby. They're not going on the fridge. They're gonna have a little portfolio freaking folder, but
they're gonna be all up on the walls of her studio for inspiration.
That's how my car looks. My car has here's a flower from this girl. Here's a.
Oh man, you want to hear something crazy too?
From this person.
Today.
My car's covered in my kids.
Tried to go ahead and not try, but she did. She drove over to her studio in downtown, and
oh wow,
she was literally on the freeway, sandwiched between military vehicles, and they were either National Guard or the Marines that are being deployed, but either way, she was just trying to get to her studio. She was getting ready to get off the freeway, but then she stumbled upon that, and she said that. The car in front of her, which was one of the military vehicles, there was 1, 2 in front, behind, left and right, literally surrounded, right? And then there were soldiers on the back that were just kind of looking over at her because they were obviously, just kind of facing and stuff like that. And she noticed their weapons in hand and stuff, absolute crazy stuff. So she made it to her studio, and then she thought about it. She was like, you know what? She goes, I don't feel safe in my studio, and she can go ahead and work from home. So she ended up just going home and stuff, you know.
Good.
But
It's the right
craziness and all that. And yeah, to her surprise, she was accompanied by military trucks on her way over to, yeah, crazy shit. I don't know. But, I mean, it's what it is. I mean, I don't
Says
know.
it all, dude.
Living over in current events is crazy, you know, historical.
Yeah, California.
But I digress. Kind of like a little funny story that kind of got brought up.
Oh yeah, funny, haha.
Yeah, funny, exactly. Funny, like, get out of there.
Before I lose it, Zway
Yeah.
answered a question about their Titan.
Okay.
My own Titan was created by a person who injects two AKA drinks. Whoa. Who injects two AKA drinks the red
Okay.
blood. I lost it. Actually, I can just pull it up on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I have
You
technology.
can go ahead and just monitor chat over on
It
that,
says,
right?
terrible week to get medicated because I cried in the manga, but not for the episode.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
manga's wild right now. Jacob
You're talking
goes-
about fearing? Or was talking about crying on the manga?
probably One Piece.
Oh, One Piece?
Jacob says,
Oh,
Zway, are you
yeah.
talking about Mountain
Yeah,
Dew Code
Roni,
Red?
I'm sorry.
Tehesh says, heard that Don episode 7 is now in top 100 anime episodes of all time, so I watched it, and yeah, it
Oh, wow.
really deserves to be there. Episode 7 was really good in
Wow.
terms of animation and storyboarding.
Okay.
Um,
My favorite song of Attack on Titan, is that what it says? Is
my favorite,
The
my favorite
Rumbling?
song of Attack on Titan is The Rumbling.
Ooh.
Dradodon is my own stories. Jacob? Oh, it's your own story. Okay, it's your own. It's his own canon for the.
Okay.
It's red. Drinking the red. I'm assuming the red is the wine.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was
The spinal
the
infused
spinal
wine.
fluid infused wine for sure. But I would love to go ahead and find out if this is your own variation of a Titan. Like, you got to give it a name, right? It's got to have a name,
Yeah.
right?
Jacob, they're not gonna find you, brother. You're not who they're looking for. He said, "F ice. They can come find me. I don't care. They're not looking for you, brother. Trust me.
And yeah, it's scary shit, but
You're not in the right state."
just pray about it.
Pokemon says home is a pen, and Zway says, I brought an RPG to school. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The blood is the blood from the God Titan. The person who drinks the
Oh.
blood can turn into the lesser Titan. My own Titan is the lesser Titan. So it's just like a regular Titan instead of
Yeah.
it being a warrior.
Okay, very very interesting. I like how it's so well thought out.
Yeah, that's a sick head.
I like that because we like to go ahead and do our little like spirals about like different like almost like parallel connected events that are in a different
Yeah.
reality or something, like if a character decided to go ahead and do the opposite of whatever happened in the anime, like how would that obviously alter the connected timeline
Yeah.
of the anime in comparison to a different reality? I don't know. We love to go ahead and
Two of
spiral
our
about different
favorite
things.
ones that we've talked about are Erwin over Armin,
Obviously, yeah.
and if Ymir turned back and stayed.
that's probably my biggest pet peeve is the fact that
It is. That's why AJ loves to talk about it so
Ymir
damn
went
much.
ahead and decided to leave with Rhina and Bertold as like a consolation prize, when she could have stayed and protected Historia.
Zway says, and I'm a kid.
Okay.
Oh wait, Bobby said, excuse me, RPG. Yes, and I bought a tank to school.
Interesting. All right.
Tehes says, what should I watch first, Black Clover or My Hero Academia? If you want
Wow.
a quicker conclusion to the story, watch My Hero Academia. If you want to be in for the long haul and you're more interested in like, if you like Naruto a lot, you'll like Black Clover.
Okay. Interesting.
You didn't bring a tank, Unc.
All right. Good
I
stuff.
like it. You too fun. You
Yeah.
too fun. You guys are cool.
I think at this time now, we're going to go ahead and now get into our more kind of structured version of what we have here. Again, to our friends here, to all of our friends in chat, don't be afraid to go ahead and ask questions. Go ahead and tune in with us. And if you have anything to go ahead and add to the story, of course, go ahead and let us know. We love the altering perspectives that we have, in season 4. So
You're on Ice's gas.
we're talking about certain things, right? And then
Sweet.
the perspective can be different that, you guys have. And if you guys see certain things different, let us know.
Sway, I know you ain't got no nukes in fucking Pakistan, bro. Sway, I know you ain't got no nuke out there.
That's craziness. But yeah, so again, we're going to be continuing to cover season 4. This is episode 9. This is Brave Volunteers. This is part 3 of our episode breakdown discussion. So to do some recap as far as what we covered last week in part 2, let me go ahead and go back and see. But essentially, this was the plan, Zeke's plan, that our familiar characters over in Island of Parody, they went ahead and they found out that the mastermind behind this current plan is Zeke. Zeke is the one that is kind of cooking up some stuff here, right?
In the kitchen right now.
He has a plan for humanity, right? For Eldians.
We'll see you later, Tehesh.
Okay, Tehesh out here.
Yeah, Tehesh.
Tehesh.
Yeah, he'll be back.
All right.
Or she.
And so with that being said,
I agree, Bobby.
we were introduced to Nicola. We were introduced to Orion Capone as they go ahead and they arrive over on Parody, over on those survey ships, and they, you know, kind of went against their own. But we realized that they're not. That's not really their own. You know, they were essentially kind of, you know, taken in from the Marlians by force. Anyways, what we talked about last week is Hanji addressing the different kind of brass members, the important high-ranking officials like Premier Zachary and Queen Astoria and Dot Pixis over in this kind of council as Hanji addresses Zeke's plan to the different members, and the members aren't having it. They can't trust Zeke, and who can? Because Zeke is the Beast Titan. The Beast Titan arrived to the island, and the Beast Titan he fucked shit up, you know?
Yup.
If it wasn't for, you know, every single scout member that they have, the Beast Titan would have got exactly what he wanted. You know,
I mean, if it wasn't for Levi Ackerman.
it took every single person. You know, even like we can't, you know, discredit the many scouts that went on a suicide march to go ahead and distract, you know, Zeke. Anyways, point being, they're not going to go ahead and trust Zeke because it's like, well, how can we trust this person when he tried to go ahead and claim the Founding Titan, and, you know, obviously that didn't happen. So now he's going to try to go ahead and use diplomacy, use words to go ahead and get what he wants. No, that's not going to work. But then you have others that are willing to go ahead and listen. Like Pixis is the type of character that wants to gather as much information as possible for making, you know, kind of like a, you know, a quick
final decision. Yeah.
You know, and
He's a look at the board kind of guy.
exactly. And then we have Aaron and other characters that are sitting there. And Aaron realizes that Zeke and his plan have some truth to it, because part of the plan is using the powers of the Founding Titan and using the power of a royal family member of blood. And Aaron's able to go ahead and recall the moment that where he was out there in the open plains. He was able to go ahead and use his Founding Titan abilities because he touched the Dynafrit Titan, the Smiling Titan, and that is what unlocked his ability to use the Founding Titan in that moment.
Her royal blood.
Yeah, exactly.
And now we know that blood doesn't matter regardless of Titan or human form.
Yeah. So Aaron understands that, and he was like, well, that's confirmed, and I'm glad that we essentially get the information, because he didn't want to go ahead and tell his comrades based off of a hunch, and then they do something crazy like turn Historia into a Titan, you know, for the sake of using the Founding Titan ability. So, you know, Aaron was looking out for his future, you know, baby mama.
No, for real. He's like, I can't let y'all turn her into a Titan. I got to keep my lineage going.
That's also a headcanon that we have, is that Historia and her child that is born at the end of season 4, that
has
is
the same eyes as Aaron's mom.
Child, right? I
She
mean,
has the same eyes as Aaron's mom.
we never see this so-called farmer that is her partner.
We never get to see a face of who the father is.
And I'm
why
like,
are you going to show us a face of the baby, but not the dad?
I'm convinced that the reason why those moments happen simultaneously, where we get Aaron's demise, and then there was a sudden birth of a child of royal blood, like you said, eyes and eyebrows look very similar.
They literally
Right?
like Carla Yeager.
Like, is that not like a headcanon here? Like, I don't know.
He's basically dangling in front of our face.
And also the fact that Aaron went ahead and made sure to inform Historia, Queen Historia, about his plans before heading over to Marley. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just felt like Aaron and how Aaron thinks he wanted to go ahead and leave an heir.
The timing is too good.
I think he understood too what his journey is going to lead to, right? A lot of destruction.
He's thinking about
a lot of death.
He's thinking about the boy 1,000 years in the future with his dog who's gonna walk into the tree and start cycle all over again.
And I think that he decided, I got to go and leave an heir. And I think Historia is all for it. I mean, shit. I mean, she's single. I mean, Aaron's the humanity's last hope. And you got the queen. Why not?
Makes sense to me.
I mean,
Pokemon,
anybody disagree?
I don't disagree one bit. Pokemon R5 says you guys should make reaction shorts. Honestly, we could think about that because of YouTube now.
Well, the thing is that shorts would go ahead and help kind of like advertise the content that we have and stuff, you know, for sure. Yeah, that would be great.
We just pull clips from streams too.
Yeah.
Jacob says MHA is the best. Y'all in here watch One Piece, bro. It's awesome.
Yeah, One Piece is great.
Yeah, Zway says Less Titan first look is at episode 1. Is my own episode and not in the movie. My own Titan is bigger than the giant wall. The mom gets eaten by the smiling Titan still.
Okay.
And then Tish says Harmon and Aaron not only took Bottle and Ryan as home, but also their ladies. Sucks to suck, I guess.
That's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Armin took Annie and Aaron took Historia.
Now, obviously, there is the Arm and Annie dynamic, and we're alluding to that in what we're covering now.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's the headcanon that we have about Aaron and Historia, and obviously Ryan has been crushing over Historia.
I mean, the entire series
First as his future wife or something like that. Someday my wife. Yeah, he wishes.
And then Zway says the live action movie of Attack on Titan does not make sense to the anime Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is live action he's talking about.
Yeah, the live action adaptation, it's
I have not seen it.
I don't know. I glanced and I tried watching and I couldn't finish it, and we talk about our own kind of variation of a live action adaptation, and we would obviously stay very close to the source material and stuff, you know. It wouldn't be
True, Bobby,
an exact like same simultaneous storytelling, but it would be pretty damn close. And I think that we would love to go ahead and cover, obviously,
where's our director?
Every importance of season 1 and season 2, season 3, season 4, so on and so forth. And in my opinion, the best way to do that would be very similar to like a Game of Thrones type thing, where you go ahead and you cast these actors young. You go ahead and you do a lot of preparation, right?
Yeah.
Where you build off of season 1, you allow, you know, your time for, you know, season 2, like a couple years to bring season 2, right? And then the kids, they go ahead and they start aging at the same kind of gradual pace as some of our other characters. And then, you know, you got to go ahead and cast young, because you can't go ahead and start casting a high profile actor who's going to be Aaron Yeager, and all of a sudden by the time you're season 4, the motherfucker's going to be 40.
Yeah,
you know? Or
you can't. You
already
gotta
older
have
than
a
that,
kid. You gotta
know?
have a kid to do it.
So then, but you want to go ahead and cast, you know, these actors young, and then allow them to go ahead and kind of grow into their characters and stuff, embody it, and you know, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I think that would be the best way to go and do it, and kind of like, you know, a series type format, just kind of like what One Piece is doing right now with the live action. You know, they're focusing on the most important, you know, parts of the story, and I think that's the way to do it. Anytime they stray away from the source material, it's never a good idea to an interesting creative idea. Because like I think about the Death Note live action, it was just dog shit. Like they made Light's character seem jittery and kind of dumbfounded and like reckless, and the Light Yagami in the Death Note that everybody knows,
it's so
like it's so
and poised.
Exactly. He takes every single precautionary measure, and every
detail is
his mind is like a chessboard, and he's just trying to go ahead and already account for whatever his opponent or adversary is going to do
or possibly will do.
It's not like Death Note live action where Light's like telling this girl he has a crush on, you know, like, hey, I have this Death Note, look at this, or whatever, and then he's just trying to impress her. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? The best part about live action Death Note is Ryuk being voiced by Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, that's
the best part.
Like I said this when I first watched it, when it came out, I was like, if you go into it not thinking about Death Note the anime,
yeah,
you'll like it. But if you like Death Note as it is for the anime, you will fucking despise that live action movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was a cool idea. They just should have stuck to the source material.
Netflix jumped the gun for sure.
100%.
And what they did was they ultimately grabbed the fucking Death Note and they wrote their own live action adaptation in that fucking Death Note.
They did.
That's what happened.
They fucking
Crazy
did.
days.
That's tragic. Tish continues on saying,
Oh.
because not only is she gay, but the one person to smash was his enemy. Shit, I'd be in the cellar too.
Hey, we don't know that Historia was gay. She could have been bi. And also,
I mean, she had to be if she slept with a man to have a baby.
well, I guess in theory, yeah, but also the reality of it is she doesn't have to be bi.
That's true.
You know, she can just, I mean, she doesn't have to be, I mean, she could, her
She doesn't
preference
have
could
to
be
like
women.
men to have a
Yeah,
kid with a man.
Because knowing how, you know, at that time, whatever, I would imagine that they would go ahead and try to force her, even though she is a queen, to go ahead and have an heir and stuff, you know. And even then, like, if that is,
It's like damn near pedophilic.
if that is Aaron's role in that, to go ahead and provide an heir for her, like, he's obviously not a father figure. He's not the parent. You know, he doesn't even get to go ahead and live to
Go
be
get a
that.
farmer.
But if he was alive, I'm convinced he still wouldn't be that parental figure for
I don't think that kid would
that
know.
character.
I don't think he would let that kid know that he's the dad. He just let them think the farmer's the dad. That he's just the crazy uncle.
Yeah.
What else? Zway says in the live action, the Colossal Titan is bigger than the anime one. Tish says light live action is human chihuahua. No offense to Nat Wolf. I love the guy, or I love the Naked Brothers band. Oh, fuck, that's a throwback. The Naked Brothers band.
Yeah.
Zway says in the new live action, L is black. In the Japanese live action,
Yeah.
is good, but the new one, one, L is black.
Yeah. He so when they casted Lakeith as L, I thought that he would do a good job, and for what you literally just said, you know, like 5 minutes ago about the live action adaptation of Death Note, if you don't know the source material, or if you're, you know, going into it watching this live action adaptation just as an open mind, then the different interpretations probably aren't that terrible. But if you know the characters and you are a fan of Death Note,
And
then
you're
you know
expecting to see
these
your
aren't my characters.
Yeah.
I was really excited about Lakeith, but the way Lakeith he performed it in a way where Light was very intelligent, but he was also very emotional. And again, there wasn't that essence of like being
in control,
like,
cool, calm, collected.
exactly, you know. So definitely an interesting idea for them to go ahead and
100%.
do that. So I mean, I don't know, but
If you haven't watched Death Note, it's a good watch. If you have watched Death Note, forget about Death Note before you watch it.
yeah.
And just start fresh. Treat it like a whole new series, man.
The best live action adaptation that we have today has got to be the One Piece one, and then
I genuinely think it is.
and then if it's not One Piece, then I mean, as far as live action adaptation of a certain kind of material based off of anything, like for example a video game, then probably The Last of Us.
Yeah. Season 1.
Season 1, season 2, they're
They're working out the kinks.
the casting was, I'm sorry, a lot of people were like, that's not my Ellie stuff, you know. And then obviously when they saw Abby too, they're like, wait, isn't Abby supposed to be jacked? Whatever
Abby
stuff, you know?
is supposed to
But-
be ripped.
Regardless of that, it's still much better than any of the other anime adaptation. And for all we know, and I really hope it doesn't happen, but we have only one season of a live action One Piece. Like, it could be bad, you know? Like,
Yeah.
season two and go on, like, so forth can go
Chopper
ahead.
CGI could end up being terrible.
you never
Who
know.
knows? The monster point, horn point,
Yeah.
shield point, those could all be disgustingly terrible,
Yeah.
and we could just lose our minds over it. But I hope it doesn't.
My hopes are there, and I really hope that, you know, they
I have faith in
continue to-
Oda for being heavily involved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jacob said, or no, Tish says it's the Ben 10 adaptation. Jacob
Interesting.
says,
They did
Light
that,
could've
huh,
won.
for Nickelodeon.
Yeah. See,
That's like when they did a live action adaptation with the Fairly Odd Parents when they had Drake
yeah.
Bell.
Dude, oh my God. The context of what he was going through when he did that now is even crazier to me.
Yeah.
Fuck. they better not make a live action Jujutsu Kaisen. They should leave it the fuck alone.
They were gonna do a live action My Hero Academia.
I could live with that.
Netflix was gonna do that, and then they put out a casting list. And
I remember we talked about this.
And then people didn't like it because there was a lot of like the, you know, kind of whitewashed American type stuff, you know, and
what do you expect? They're filming it here.
yeah. So it was one of those things where I was like, the idea of it, especially after, you know, having a live action One Piece being good, it's like, hey, maybe, you know. But I think what they screwed up with My Hero Academia is that they were gonna go ahead and make it be a film.
Yeah, they're gonna.
There's so much that they have to cover, and it's like, how do you do it? How do you do that?
You'd have to make multiple movies. Like, season 1 basically climaxes with Izuku versus Todoroki.
The end of season 1, it's we got All Might against Nomu.
Oh, you're so right.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it right before that we have Deku and Shoto have their little face off in the games, the school games?
I think that's season 2. I think that's after.
Damn, we wouldn't even get that. That's like one of my favorite
Yeah,
fights.
I think that's after. Or maybe it's before they do trainings and stuff like that, but I don't know if that's. But I remember Nomu in the League of Villains.
Jacob, what do you mean you're gonna be a dad?
That's strange. They say this is news to us.
Pokemon says, where is she? I don't know. She'll be back. I'm assuming you're talking about Lexi.
Yeah.
LA My Hero Academia is sky high, by the way. Honestly, yeah. Yeah, if you had My Hero Academia here, it's sky high for sure. Goku versus Gojo, Goku. Let me know when Gojo can blow up a planet.
That's so crazy. Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Bobby. Halfway through tournament arc.
It was halfway through season 1?
Season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Got it.
Tish says, Deku vs. Shoto is Will BS War and Peace. I'm so lost. Jacob's quoting memes.
Fun fact. Shoto Todoroki's voice actor in the dub is the
LA
same
Man live
voice.
action. Oh. Can't shorten things like that. Sorry, I'm not the bride. My bad. So live action My Hero Academia is sky high. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Not LA. Sorry, dude. We've got so much shit going on here.
I know. It's kind of a topic, right? What I was going to say is that fun fact, Shoto Todoroki's voice actor in the dub is the same voice as Bertolt in the dub.
Another man who... Actually, those two characters have fucking nothing in common.
They don't.
They have fucking nothing in common. Ooh, Lookism was cool. I only saw the first season. I didn't finish reading it. I have not seen or heard of Pigpen.
Where Lex went.
Oh, in Death Note, Light died and is reborn as a Shinigami, and it's the Shinigami with the airplane glasses. I did not know that.
I heard about that too. I think it's like the tie and all that and stuff, and yeah, I think I saw that as well.
Light Shinigami.
But I think it's just kind of like a speculation thing. I don't think it's a canon thing. All right. While Zach looks that up.
I see which one you're talking about. Oh no. I can kind of see it.
Yeah.
I can kind of see it. That's cool. I don't think that's how I would design his Shinigami, but that's sick as fuck.
It's like they just was very vague, and it's like up to your own interpretation. Do you think that this is like?
That's what a lot of things are now.
I think part of it too is I think in that scene, I think even Ryuk recognizes him and kind of like does a little laugh or whatever and stuff and all that.
Like how he ended up here anyways.
Yeah, he's like, or whoever he does his little laugh.
Not as good as Willem Dafoe does it.
No, Willem Dafoe has that laughing freak.
the only redemption from the movie. Green Goblin as Ryuk.
So we got to the topic of live action because we were talking about Eren and Historia.
Yeah.
But yeah, so kind of continuing with the recap, they're getting fed this information about a plan It's hard to trust the plan, but they kind of don't have a choice because they realize really how unrevolutionized they are. They lack a lot of material and a lot of resources and a lot of weaponry, and so they got to go ahead and they have to build, they have to grow, they have to kind of use the resources that they have, being that these Marlians that are willing to work with them to help them as people in parody kind of, you know, I guess grow and get certain kind of, you know, different
industrial revolution.
Yeah, exactly. So while that's happening and they're having that, you know, deliberation and they're figuring out what's going on, we find out how the survey ships are able to go ahead and show up, and they never make it back to Marley, and that's basically because of the help of Yelena, Onion Capone, and something very, very unfamiliar to the parody, and that is a radio. And so they use this radio to go ahead and send messages over to other Marlians and a message for help. And the survey ships arrive. And it's funny because even like Yelena's asking questions where the survey ship communicator, the Marlian is like, essentially like, where are we located? Oh, we're right here. How many men? Our numbers? Oh, don't worry. We have 2 ships arriving. It's like, all right, they're just getting the information they need.
Yeah.
Right? And then they go ahead and they bring the ships in. And then Armin freaking erupts as he transforms to prevent them from, like, escaping. And then Onion Capone and, like, hurry! The enemy! Jump out into the water! Swim to the shore! And by the time they do that, they're met by the freaking island devils. I say in air quotes. They go and they're met by like Captain Levi and others. And
at gunpoint.
Like, welcome to our island.
Welcome to our humble abode.
If you don't want to be here, then you're gonna have to swim all the way back home.
No, seriously. So that's a fucking mission.
That's kind of what's happening.
Hey, for $1 billion, will you be Nezuko for your whole life?
Nezuko.
That's a Demon Slayer. Yeah. That's the little daughter.
No,
the little sister.
No, Nezuko's like my favorite character.
Will you be Nezuko for $1 billion for your whole life? Will you be a girl?
I don't get to spend that $1 million as Nezuko.
Billion with a B.
Well, regardless how much money I get, I'm not gonna be able to go and spend it.
Can't go on the sun. Jacob said no. I want to be Muzan.
He
wants to be Michael Jackson.
I can't. I feel like I'm not able to spend that money.
Tish said, my Black King so sneaky, talking about Onion Capone.
Yeah, Onion Capone, yeah. I mean, he's
slick with it.
He's sneaky for sure. I mean, he's got some good...
I would not take the $1 billion, by the way. I like being a boy and not a demon and sunlight.
Hey,
I don't need $1 billion. $1 billion gives me 1 billion problems.
Well... This next part, we kind of need Lex.
I know, huh?
I don't know what's going on.
Rock, paper, scissors? Oh, none Capone. I'm trying to make him money. I felt that.
Zach has a fun trip coming up.
Well, yeah, I'm going to Italy. I won't be here next week, you guys.
Zach won't be here next week.
I leave on Wednesday. We do these on Thursdays. Yeah. So I will be in Italy. I'll probably hop in chat. I might FaceTime AJ while we're live. I don't know what the time difference is, to be completely honest with you. But it can't be that crazy. Japan was like a whole fucking 12-hour shift. Capone. Hey, calm down, Jacob. Yeah, no, I'm going to Italy. I'm going to Rome. Hey, if anyone out in Rome is watching.
9 hours. 9 hours ahead.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I'm sure I'll be up, bro. I'll be up.
It'll be what, Friday morning?
yeah. It'll be Friday at like...
Friday morning for you?
Or we go live at what, 6:30? So it'll be like 3:30 in the morning and I'll be here. Mm-hmm. Trust me, I'll be up walking around at night. I'll be sleeping on the train during the days.
Okay.
Yeah, if you guys want to meet me, I'll be in Rome, Cinque Terre, and Florence.
Interesting.
Welcome back.
What's up?
I'm planning a public meet and greet in Italy
In Italy?
Yeah.
Oh, when are you leaving?
Wednesday.
Hey. Wow, really?
Yup.
Hey. Oh, it's official. I have my ticket to the Philippines.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Hey, if you want to meet Lexi,
Yeah, if you want to meet
Philippines.
me in the
Yeah, over in
Philippines,
the Philippines.
I'll be there end of June, beginning of July.
Jacob, come to Terre Haute, Indiana. Bombardino crocodilo. See, I've been practicing my Italian memes.
There you go.
I've been trying
Damn.
to.
So Italy and the Philippines, that's freaking sick.
Yeah.
When do you leave?
The 25th.
Oh, so when I get back.
Awesome.
Unless martial law is imposed.
So you trade us off then.
Yeah.
For when you won't have me, you'll have Zach. When we don't have Zach, you'll have me.
Unless martial law gets imposed.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Zach's really
Then I'll
hoping he
be-
can stay.
Then you'll just stay there. You'll be like, uh-oh.
Maybe I'll just hop a flight to the Philippines, go chill with you and Luca.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, hey, Zach's coming over.
Hey, Luca, where the red light district at? Thank you. You guys have a good rest of your trip.
All right.
Tish says, oh, Lex, do karaoke.
Huh?
Do karaoke.
Tish wants Lexi to.
Tish demands it.
What's your request?
Yeah, what's the song?
Simon Cowell's My Way.
It's
From Shrek
me. I didn't say it like that, said Tish. She didn't like the way that you read it.
I don't care.
I didn't say it like
Send
that.
me an audio
Hey, like
clip.
I said,
then.
we're voice actors and we do our own interpretations. Okay?
Yeah.
Send me an audio
this
clip
is
with
like a
inspiration.
big audition tape.
I could. No, I'm not going to do that.
Ooh, Lex, do karaoke.
All right. So yeah, we essentially did recap. We were kind of just like just chatting and stuff like that.
Oh, she meant in the Philippines.
Oh, in the Philippines.
Karaoke
Yeah.
in the Philippines.
Yeah, that's huge. That's where the karaoke machine was invented.
Yeah, then you'll both be famous in
Ooh.
the Philippines.
Yeah. No, yeah, I literally, you know what's funny?
You're gonna be the exotic singing model, and he's gonna play volleyball.
Yeah, and he's just, he's going to be like, Luca, famous volleyball player, just because he's 6'6". Everyone's going to assume he's
Philippine
like famous.
pop star.
Yeah, and then they'd be like, his girlfriend's a model.
An
So foreign.
for them, an exotic model.
Yeah.
That's why I said
exotic.
I'd have no problem getting a modeling gig in
I look
Japan.
pretty racially ambiguous. You don't know. You don't know what I am.
I don't think anyone could tell. I mean, from there.
I don't-
They'd probably tell you like, oh, South American. No, American.
American.
So you're not American. No? Well, yes,
South.
but no.
Yes.
Yeah, I ran into that a couple times in Japan. American. Yeah. There's more to me, but yeah.
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 They're like, oh, American.
I wish it was South. Wish it was South America.
Alrighty. Well,
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be looking for all the JoJo's Bizarre Adventures scenes because all of them are based on like real places,
over in like Italy and stuff.
just all over the world. If you JoJo's, a lot of their background imagery is just you can find the pictures online of the places,
Oh, really?
and like it's just
Okay.
bit for bit.
Hey.
Like a lot of it is really like
That's pretty crazy. Actually.
authentically.
Tish says they
drawn.
saw Zach and went, white.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what kind of white?
Conqueror. Conqueror.
Yeah. Hey,
Columbus.
what kind of white,
Columbus!
though? There's a lot of kinds of white.
Yeah, they. As far as the American populace is concerned, I'm just another cis white male.
Yeah.
Pero habla más
In the
español de tu
US.
pendejo.
Whenever you guys are ready, I'm ready.
Oh, my God. Okay. Yeah.
I know, we got to the point where we were like, we kind of need Lexi for this next
Sorry.
one, don't we? Nah, you're good, you're good. When duty calls.
Yeah, exactly. I will say the Philippines, that's pretty freaking cool, and I'm excited for you. And
I'm so
obviously, be safe. You better,
What if Luca isn't real?
you better freaking,
Yeah, your Canadian boyfriend.
you better freaking come back, you know, and all that. And
We'll see. I'm kidding.
Don't
I'm
tell me
gonna
that. That's
I'm
up to
gonna
the
miss
government.
Blue way too much. Literally every night I've just been looking into his eyes and I'm like,
Yeah.
and he gets it.
That's me with Coda every night. I'm
Yeah.
just like, I literally tuck his ears back and I'm like, I love you.
Yeah.
I love you so much. You don't even know. And he's just like,
Yeah. And he's just
and
like,
I'm like, I like your breath.
his like eyelids are up. He's
No,
like,
literally, because I tuck it back and then he goes, and I go, Your breath stink.
Your breath stink.
And I close that shit real quick. And he's just like. And then I give him a dental stick.
Great.
Blue just stares.
Okay. Well, now we're going to go ahead and do the part of the stream in the episode where we're going to go ahead and
Actually talk about Attack
The
on Titan.
talk about the episode. Again, this is season 4, episode 9. This is Brave Volunteers. This is part 3. I already did recap. And we're
For our new friends, I will not be reading chat during this part. So
Sorry.
I will have you guys pulled up on my phone so I can be able to go back to
We'll
We're
go
locked
back
in.
and we'll look at chat afterwards, but we got to go ahead and now focus to our AOT breakdown and discussions.
You sound like the skunk from Looney Tunes. What's fuck.
What,
Right.
Pepe Le Pew?
Pepe Le Pew.
Le poo-poo.
Oh, I would be so good to you. Oh, I treat you so right.
That's how you're going to sound in Italy?
You smell of.
It's funny how
of
Pepe Le
roses.
Pew is essentially just like a predator.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
like actually just...
He will
Actually, he's just a horny skunk.
He's just horny. Yeah.
for an answer. That was like Puss in Boots.
Yeah, it's like, what?
I will not take no for an answer.
Are you guys doing Antonio Banderas now?
Pretty much. All right.
We should do our job. Huh?
This
Comes back to Shrek.
this episode, as you can see, is called Love at First Bite. And we're gonna find out why. I'm ready. You guys ready?
It's not because she bites him. I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. We continue the episode at the island of Parody Shore, as we can see a group of people all gathered together at the docks. Connie, noticing many unfamiliar items, asks.
What the hell is this food?
We then notice the many fancy seafood dishes placed on the table for all to see. Jean, examining the dishes, he asks.
Is it even edible? Smells pretty fishy.
As Jean, Connie, Sasha, Armin, and Mikasa all stand around the table curious at the food. We can see Yelena and Niccolo standing off to the side. Yelena asks the curious group.
Oh my god, I just, at worst timing, accidentally clicked the new note button at the bottom right of your screen.
Here you go. I'm going to say
Okay, yeah, segue in. I'm good now. Sorry. It was the worst timing.
Yelena asks the curious group.
Have you never had seafood before? Niccolo's a master when it comes to Marleyan cuisine.
Niccolo, standing off to the side, stirring something in a simmering pot, reacts to himself.
Dumb jerks. If you don't like how it looks, then don't eat it. Like I care what Eldians think.
In the background, we notice Sasha as she grabs a hold of a whole lobster. Curious. And then she takes a massive bite, ripping the meat from the shell. Sasha then erupts with pure joy as she aggressively grabs each lobster on the table, devouring them as the rest of the group just stare, stunned. Sasha, in pure happiness, enjoying the delicate, delicious lobster, says with her mouth full,
It's so good!
Connie yells and warns out to Sasha.
Slow down!
An angry and jealous Jean yells out.
Not fair, Sasha!
Sasha then stops, as she now becomes overwhelmed with emotion, eyes swelling up with tears. Sasha then praises the mastermind behind these dishes.
You're a genius! This is the best food I've ever eaten!
Niccolo, noticing this strange girl's reaction to his food, tells her.
Hey! Stop eating like some kind of pig!
Sasha continues her praise.
I've never tasted anything like this!
We now notice Connie partaking on the food tasting as he says with his mouth full of lobster meat.
It's so tasty! What's gone?
Niccolo tells Sasha and the group.
There's plenty, so take your time.
Sasha continues to cry tears of joy as she munches, and Niccolo continues to cook as we see him blushing.
Oh my god, she likes my lobster! She likes my lobster!
All
Oh
right.
my god!
I think it's
Pokemon.
clear that nobody's reacted to Niccolo's food like that ever
Yup.
before.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine, oh dude, I can't even remember
I can already
bite of lobster.
I can already tell. If Lexi was in that group, she'd be like,
Can we put salt
I don't
on
know. She'd be like, I don't know. I don't really. Well, actually, you're better now. You would go ahead and try some things, I think.
I have tried lobster and I wasn't a fan.
Oh, there you go.
Really?
But some of the other dishes, you see some of
More
the
for me.
different kind of like pasta dishes with like clams or different-
Scallops.
Yeah, scallops and there was
Oysters.
I just have a hard time giving fish a try. The texture's just, it does something to me.
Interesting. Okay.
It's too soft, huh? It's not
It's just
gamey
like-
enough for you.
Yeah.
I feel like lobster. Okay, crab can be really gamey. I feel like you like crab. Like a king
Honestly,
crab.
I wouldn't mind it like
If it was drenched
not-
in butter
not
and
dry.
if it,
Well, I'm lactose
some
intolerant,
get some lime on there.
Honestly, yeah, lime or lemon juice.
but I do love butter.
Just get some dairy-free butter.
Every episode, you two are convincing me to do something, and I'm sick of it.
Welcome back to the Gaslight Podcast.
What's
I'm
crazy
sick of
though?
the men telling me what to do.
What's crazy though?
Shrimp scampi.
Is that-
Was that like a code word for undeniable bliss?
He just turned
Scampi
into
is
freaking
just so
Sasha right there.
Shrimp scampi.
Good.
That was like a code word that unlocked like tears.
I just love
Zach.
seafood. I love seafood so
What's so crazy, speaking of seafood, what's so crazy is that these people that live on an island have never tried seafood before
Well, they've never been to the fucking
because they
beach.
literally are stuck in
They don't know
walls.
that they live on an island.
They're stuck in walls. They don't know what's
They
literally
know
on
they
the
live
other
in
side.
districts, and that is
They've
it.
only heard about the sea. The sea.
Books of the outside world are forbidden.
Yeah, literally. And it's crazy. I mean, they're trying this for the first time, and I can only imagine Yelena's reaction to this. She'd be like, wait, have you guys not seen what seafood is? Mm-hmm. Like, you guys are, it's like, she's thinking, you guys are surrounded by the ocean. Like,
Damn.
Yeah.
They've never seen One Piece, guys.
Hey, bro, we gotta put them on a game.
if they do, they think it's just purely fiction.
Think about all the stuff they've never experienced.
They're like, this is just
Although-
fake.
You guys have never listened to the Hit Me Hard and Soft album by Billie Eilish? That's crazy.
Oh, you gotta go? It is your time. All right, everybody. Zach's going to Italy.
Yeah.
Bye.
He's like,
we've
shrimp
right
scampi.
now.
Hags.
Oh, so good.
Hags.
Hags. Oh yeah, hags, guys. I'll see y'all now.
Yeah. Zach is gonna go ahead and be back.
And you left your
next
mic
month.
stand. It's okay. It's not blocking my face.
You left everything there. Yeah, just the idea that like they've never had seafood again is kind of just crazy. But ooh, you good?
Me.
But Yelena
I fell down a lot quicker than I thought I would.
shows very different reaction to Nicolo's incredible master chef skill
Yeah.
in comparison to what, like, even how Connie's reacting. He's like,
Yeah.
you're just, oh, damn, this is so good.
Yeah.
You know, and but Sasha, she's freaking losing it right
No.
now.
Sasha,
Like-
she grew up in a forest. She was
This
like,
is like-
delicate squirrel. Like,
It's like some sort of like aphrodisiac shit right now going on. She's like getting so excited, she's crying and all that, and she's just like, "What is going on?
she's
I'm
just
so
never
happy,
experienced such happiness.
such bliss." And I mean, it's funny because
And what's a
she's
better way to a woman's heart, like Sasha,
yeah,
it's through her stomach.
is being a Marlian. I mean, yeah, stomach chef
Right.
stuff. It's I
Good
don't
job,
know.
Niccolo.
Nicola knows what he's doing.
And also, I'm
obviously.
sorry.
Yeah, he's very, very.
But also,
Dedicated.
that's my guy.
He's dedicated to his craft. He's obviously a very skilled chef, as he was literally on a ship, right, with other, Marlians and I mean, just seeing what he freaking whipped up. I mean, over on the table. I mean, it looked all
I
just
know.
amazing.
In the culinary arts.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, like, great job, Niccolo, but also I'm sorry
Yeah, but
because
also, I'm sorry.
we're seeing Sasha here expressing so much joy and so much emotion, and we're gonna see in this next part we talk about that we're kind of like reminded,
I know.
of what really happened and stuff like that to her.
Tish also says, I understand entirely how Niccolo felt. Like, when someone likes my food,
Yeah.
she has a crying, smiling emoji.
Yeah, I mean, it's
It's flattering, for sure.
it's honestly pretty crazy. I mean, just for me
But-
personally, I will say,
Like your banana
I think
bread.
you only felt that way towards Sasha.
Ronnie
Top 2 banana
makes
breads I've ever
some
had.
incredible dishes, stuff that I have not familiar with, and whenever I try them, at first I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll try it, and I'll go ahead and I'll eat it. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, hey, she's like, I'm gonna go ahead and make this and this, and I've never tried it before. I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, like,
Let's do it.
let's do it. And she made something the other day, right?
Made AJ act like Food Wars.
It was like this
Clothes fall off.
this chicken that was oh my god, baby, if you're in chat, you're gonna have to help me out again with just describing it because I'm about to do a shitty job of describing your amazing meal. But there were these like chopped peppers that were like not, I don't know if it's sauteed, but there was like this almost
Just
like
drop the recipe, Ronnie. Just drop
almost
it.
like this stew that these peppers were just marinating in, and oh my gosh. And then that was on the side with some just rice and beans and some chicken. And the thing is, what's crazy is that putting it all together, it just blended so well. But those damn fucking peppers, oh my gosh.
Did you feel like Remy
it was like
the rat?
marinated in like sofrito, I believe is what it is. And then oh my god, it's amazing.
Someone's hungry.
Amazing.
He's made my tummy growl.
It's crazy. Like, it was so fucking good. And then the way that it just added to just like the rest of the dinner, you know, like it was just perfect. But point being, like, it's what Tish was saying, that if somebody makes like food or whatever and somebody appreciates it, I imagine that's a good feeling and stuff, you know. Like for me, I by no means am like a freaking chef at all, but I get happy when, you know, I go ahead and start frying up some burgers and Ronnie's like, wow, baby, like this burger's really good.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, thanks. You think it's good? Like, oh, thanks, you know, and stuff, you know? I'm like, I just put it on a pan and just seasoned it. And she's like, you know how to season food? I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, I like salt.
Just throw some stuff on there.
I like salt. But yeah, so it's cool to go ahead and see Nicolo start from like dumb Eldians. Like, just if you don't like it, then you know,
In the
don't eat
span
it,
of 10 seconds.
you know? And even like
Dumb Eldian's kind of cute.
you know, like even like what we covered, I think it was 2 weeks ago, where they were using him as bait.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he was still loyal to the freaking Marleyan soil. Where
Let him kill me, Captain.
He was like,
Yeah.
It's okay.
you know. But
It's
then
all good.
here he is, you know,
Captain.
freaking being the chef here over in the ports of Parody, and he's still obviously not a fan of these Island Devils. And all of a sudden, one Island Devil decides to go ahead and really appreciate his food, and now Nicolo's blushing.
I know.
What? He's blushing. He's like
Aw.
his face is turned away from the rest of them, but you can see him. He's like trying to hide it, but he's like blushing and stuff like that. Oh man.
Tish says he became like Chopper. Just because you compliment me doesn't mean I like you.
Literally. Oh my
Stop
god.
it. Your compliments don't make me like you anymore.
He's like,
that.
stop it, you big jerk, or whatever. Something,
Yes.
you know?
Stop it, you big jerk.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Chopper is Chopper is fucking.
Jacob, I'm
cute as
not
hell.
leaving it. I told you I leave next Wednesday, bro.
Yeah. We were just joking because it was a little. Yeah.
Sorry,
Jack
Jacob,
had
it
to
was
step away real
sarcasm.
quick. You know.
No, I'm not sorry if you fell for it.
One thing you have to remember is
I'm
Zach.
back.
Zach is an avid chain smoker. He just has to go ahead and take his little, you know, breaks.
He's got to take a smoke break.
smoke
you know?
break from time to time.
Why you gotta expose me like that, bro? Yeah, I go through a ciggy that quick.
Right. He's
Yeah, it's fucking
Just
dragging it.
really-
crazy.
Side story. There's a show called The Big Les Show. It was made with Microsoft Paint like years ago. And it's by this dude in Australia, and they're all about like Sasquatches and drugs and shit. But fuck, I just had it and I lost it.
Uh-oh. Do I have
What
to do
were
it
we talking
again?
about? Oh, there's a character where he literally hits every cigarette in one pull, and he never exhales. You never see the smoke
Yeah.
come out. And the main character's like, that's fucking bad for you, mate. You're gonna get fucking lung cancer.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't never got no lung cancer smoking. I haven't spoken since I was 14.
I was going to say, does he
smoking
sound
like that?
Does he sound like that?
Dude, you're zeroing nicotine. That's horrible.
I remember when they invented chocolate.
I remember back when they invented
Thinking
cigarettes.
about it.
It's so crazy. When you have those people that have that such raspy voice and it gives you like a sore throat, you're like, oh my gosh. Wow. That's madness, though. Oh, you found it. Uh-oh.
He hits it in one go.
That's the drag?
Yeah.
Do you even exhale?
What do you mean?
When you smoke,
What do you mean?
do you exhale it?
I don't understand the question, man.
You do realise when you smoke, you're supposed to inhale it and exhale it.
That's just silly.
So you're telling me when you have a smoke, you smoke the whole lot
What?
without breathing it out?
That's how you're supposed to do it.
No, it isn't. That's how you fucking die.
So you're telling me, you go to the servo, you buy a can of Coke,
Sounds like
you take one sip of
Wolverine.
that Coke and you spit it out. How else will they quench your thirst?
You're fucked up. How long have you been smoking for?
48 years.
And how old are you?
52.
Oh, shit.
You're gonna fucking die of lung cancer, mate. You're gonna get punched in the face by the long dick of cancer.
Well,
Thank
whoever
you for that big Lesso
whoever
clip.
that actor was that
Jared
got
Wright.
casted as Smoker. Well, I'm sorry, bro. I think it was destined to go ahead and be that motherfucker right there who literally.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
He's gonna have to carry 2 lit cigars in his mouth during all scenes.
And he's gonna have no problem at all. The only issue he's gonna have is gonna be exhaling.
The only issue he's gonna have is keeping those 2 fat ass cigars in his mouth while he talks.
You know, when people find out, they know how to.
He's
do
gonna
it.
be salivating.
I know he will. They're gonna have. Can you guys wipe my spit? Thank
Yeah.
you.
I got to redo that. I'm spitting everywhere.
He does sound like Butcher from the Boys. The character's name is Nolsey.
There you go.
The show is The Big Les Show. Fucking game changer, right?
Ryuk's behind me. Ryuk's behind me too.
There you go.
He's always behind me
Whoa.
because he's on my calf.
Pokemon R5 says, fun fact, you don't feel pain when you bite your shoulder. I'm not going to bite my shoulder. I'm not going
Yeah,
to get
you guys are
baited
gonna
like
make me look
that.
stupid.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's
When I
like,
say some shoulders, guy. I don't think I still have a pump. Actually, let me not do that.
Zway also says, I will make a different Titan. Its name is the Night Titan. Ryuk is behind
Knighton.
me.
interesting.
A Knighton? A knight in shining armor?
There you go.
He sounds like Butcher. Yeah, Knowles kind of does sound like Butcher from the Boys.
So,
48,
anyways,
52.
they are.
They're learning the delicacies of.
So they're
Chef.
initially grossed out by it, and then when Sasha just starts scarfing down, Connie's like, "Slow down," because it's probably gross.
Well, I don't know if
Yeah.
they necessarily. Well, I guess they were
No.
kind of grossed out by it, but only because of what the smell brought. Right?
Yeah,
They talked about
it
how
smelled
it's like-
fishy.
Like, Connie is like, "What the hell is that?" And then John's like, "Can we even eat that? Like, it
Yeah.
smells fishy."
Yeah.
Right. And then obviously what I talked about, what like Nicolas is like, don't eat it then.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't eat it.
Like I picture you're just like,
LDs don't want to fucking eat my phone.
right.
Fucking LDs don't eat my phone.
Yeah. You sound like a hormone monster.
Oh, fucking, rage, fucking rage.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Andrew.
But then, yeah, I mean, the moment that Sasha starts to thoroughly enjoy the food, that's enough of a reason to go ahead and give it a try, right?
Yeah.
Sasha cried tears of joy. The second I saw Sasha take a bite, she was just like,
She was
I was
already
like,
like,
I would
"Oh my
already be,
God."
I would already be snagging lobsters out her hand because I'm like, this
Yeah.
bitch's gonna eat all the food.
I was going to say, what's crazy is that she is allowing others to go ahead and eat.
I know. Well, there's so much food in front of
She's
her.
grown a bit. She's matured
She's
a bit.
matured, you know. Yeah.
She's matured. That's
For
the
sure.
character development we've got.
Yeah.
We went from
She's like-
diving at a
Sasha.
potato
Yeah.
from like a quarter mile away.
To just
She's like-
palming
You know what?
lobsters.
You guys can have the dishes. I'm going to have the chef. And she's like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
I'm
shit."
gonna have the chef is crazy. You
The chef all of a sudden.
can tell that she was like, did she initially take a bite like out of it with the shell and everything? Did she just like
It's almost like she knew how to go ahead and just like.
she like split it in half and then
She just bite and like almost like I don't know how the fuck she did it. It was just lobster meat. It goes,
it's her. It's
Honestly,
she's a fucking critter.
yeah.
honestly-
she's a critter.
I've had a lobster cut in half, and I sucked it as much as I could, bit,
Yeah.
twist and pull, bro.
Did you see
Yeah.
her cut anything in half?
No, she fucking ripped it with her bare hands.
Yeah, let's say
She got
she's
some-
an animal.
Hey, she's a hunter. She got hunter hands. She got hunter
She
strength.
just reacts on instinct.
Yeah.
She is an animal.
She said, "Don't eat the hard stuff. Eat the soft stuff."
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Nicola was blushing. He was like, "Oh,
He's like,
I see the way she.
Oh shit.
I see the way she downs that lobster
Oh,
meat.
damn, now we're getting to some
She's an animal.
geeky
Ah.
territory there.
I wonder if she a freak. Never mind.
Let's talk about
Never mind.
let's talk
Just-
about
no,
what she
just
says
likes
though.
my lobster.
She
It's not a
says
euphemism.
right as she
Or a
starts
innuendo.
crying.
Seafood.
She says, "You're a genius." Right?
And
she
then he
goes,
blushes.
"This is the best food I've ever eaten." And I mean, that's not I don't want to say it's not saying much because we see what they eat in terms of where they're from. Unless you're from Walsina, you're not going to go ahead and eat the finest of foods.
No.
And even then, the finest of foods I don't think compares to
Nicola.
what's happening out there over on the different,
Oh,
you know,
right, yeah.
the different foods that are happening
They have
over in
new
other nations,
seasonings.
right?
Seafood.
And then like, even with like delicacies, okay, can we even think about what a delicacy dish is over in Walsina? Other than just fucking meat? Like, what?
Chicken.
These specific looking little cookies and this and that and tea? Like, what are they eating?
Chicken.
Like,
Some
I'm trying
beef.
chicken
Maybe
banana.
some lamb.
I'm trying to think of what, like, they're like, okay, if you told
Brisket.
the top chef of parody to go ahead and make something,
Steak.
they're like, all right, here we go. A nice little
It's steak and
medium
mashed
rare
potatoes.
steak.
With probably
Asparagus.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And you know what? I'm in.
I know.
I'm in,
Yeah.
man.
That doesn't sound half bad.
I'm in.
With some lemonade.
Yeah, honestly, I'm taking that over the seafood just because of my taste. But you know what? Hey, I'm also for parody, so
Hey.
say less. But yeah, I don't know. So when she says that this is the best food I've ever eaten,
Ooh, do you want to hear about the notable dishes and food items in parody?
yeah, you have a list.
Yeah.
You're like rations. You're like
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever the
MREs,
fuck, whatever the fuck
MREs.
Armin and Mikasa were like munching
I know.
on and talking.
So
Nutrition
angrily.
bar.
Okay, so
Fig
there
Newtons.
is a stew that seems to be popular in hearty meal, perhaps
yeah,
containing
stews.
wild game and veggie and veggies, known as Hanji's stew, a stew that Hanji's made.
Stew Hanji?
And then
Want some hanji stew hanji?
a dish that's often associated with Sasha, who is known for her appetite and love of food, particularly meat.
Wait,
there's,
she
there's a
makes
Sasha
food?
boar steak.
Whoa.
It says, in the Attack on Titan world, while the inhabitants of Parody Island primarily consume wild game and vegetables, some of the more notable dishes and food items include Hanji stew, Sasha's boar steak, and Ramsey's
Is
family
that
cuisine.
Is that boar steak?
I'm assuming
from
it's
the boar?
she hunted in the
Oh,
OVA.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, yeah, where she's like literally like whatever stuff, you know?
She's like,
I just
gotta kill.
Yeah.
A simple but satisfying dish is horse steak with wild veggies. Other
horse
food mentioned
steak.
include sausage from a boar and Historia's daughter's birthday cake / pie.
What? That
Those are-
cake
those are
belongs to freaking that
What
child.
we've seen that is popular.
They're making it seem like that shit's available and like for
Yeah.
anybody to go ahead and buy.
Those are just notable dishes in Attack on Titan.
Historia's daughter's birthday cake.
Yeah.
It's like freaking in a case that's been rotted for
Just from what we've
who
seen.
knows how long.
These jokes are crazy.
I
Zway,
think Hanji's would be barbecue.
I saw that.
Too soon? Okay, Tish.
Oh shit.
Zway says, in Attack on Titan, the Cart Titan human form, she looks like a normal girl and all the boys want to be her boyfriend. But Cart Titan form, it looks like a banana human.
Oh, God.
Okay, wait, so the human they're referring to for the island is going to be
Peak.
Oh, Peak. Okay, I don't know if they're talking about Ymir.
No, Cart Titan.
No, they're
Cart
talking
Titan.
about Cart Titan.
Oh yeah, you're right. Ymir's the jaw.
And then Pokemon said chicken banana. Tish said, I think it more
Chicken banana.
that she's in shock of the flavor. Oh, my bad. I gotta do the Frankie voice. Flavor.
Interesting. Is that the new Frankie voice or is that?
That was just what came. Good smell. I don't know. Wait. Super.
Have we gotten a
Good
super
smell.
from the new voice actor yet?
I don't think we have yet. No. We've been deep in Kuma backstory.
The anticipation.
I know. I'm waiting for it.
All right. Interesting. So the flavor. You think it's the flavor, huh, Tish?
Yeah. Zway says, if you know me, I love Death Note and Attack on Titan and Jujutsu Kaisen and My Hero Academia and One Piece. Well, I'm glad we know you now.
Hey,
Wow.
I like half of those
Wait,
things.
who said that?
Zway.
Sway.
Sue.
Zway too.
Hell yeah.
My favorite food is Hammer
to know.
Barbecue, also from Zway.
Interesting.
Hammer
Okay.
Barbecue. That sounds gas. Tish says anything not potato. Zway says, what's your favorite pizza? Meat lovers with pineapple and bell peppers
Interesting.
and onions.
When I could eat dairy, it was thin crust, lots of cheese, and spinach. Very simple. Picky eater.
Yeah. Recently, whenever me and Ronnie are over in her studio and we do a little, there's a Joe's Pizza joint out over there in Hollywood.
A Joe's Pizza joint,
in
eh?
downtown Los Angeles. Well, anyways, go ahead and order a pizza, half cheese, and another half is like pepperoni and sprinkling some ricotta on there. You know what? I'm a fan of the ricotta.
He's
Ricotta's good, bro.
And then and that shit's good.
Don't hate on my fucking pickles, Tish.
Ooh, you
She said-
put pickle on pizza?
I didn't even say I was gonna
I
put
know,
them on
I
my
know.
pizza.
I'm kidding.
Wow.
Haters!
Zach
All of
eats pickle
you.
pizza.
He's like pineapple and pickles.
That's fucking
pickles.
foul. That's fucking foul.
Oh shit.
Welcome back to Hesh. Poor Reiner, nah, peak is peak. As in P-I-E-C-K is P-E-A-K.
No, yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
peak
I
is-
think
is
that
peak.
like in terms of what like if fans of Attack on Titan are going to go ahead and rate based off of attraction scale for men and women. I think with women, Peak is probably going to be what fans vote as the most, right? Probably. And then Mikasa probably be somewhere in between the top, list as well.
I feel like people would end up putting Hitch up there.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
People like Hitch because she's
I would say that
she has boobs.
as a top
so
5, let's do it.
People
top
have seen that.
5 based off of
Write down this
attraction,
Q&A.
right? In Attack on Titan, men and women. I'm saying men and women because I'm talking about we're doing adults here. When they're
Hanji doesn't
adults.
have.
I don't want to hear anybody in chat say Gabi, Falco, whatever.
Hanji doesn't have a gender though.
Yeah, she does not. He does not. Hanji does not.
Hanji doesn't.
You know what? I'm glad that you referenced that because I really do, and I never mentioned it, I don't think, but I really do in the notes try to point an emphasis on whenever Hanji says, it's not he says, she says, it's Hanji said.
Hanji said.
Yeah.
Title.
And then Hanji said this.
But would you put Hanji in the list?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even without the eye?
I like Hanji.
But list
With
of-
or without the eye. Love her either way.
Okay.
Pre or post barbecue?
Depends. Pre-barbecue.
Hey, if you season that shit right, I mean,
If you season that correctly.
AJ seasoned it.
that'd be fucking crazy. We're just like, oh, hey, look, little burnt corpse. It just
This is what he said. My favorite pizza is door on a pizza. You have to try it. It's so easy. Break a door, place the door on the pizza.
Great.
What?
There you go.
Door
That's
pizza.
how you do it.
Door pizza.
Tehesh says, nah, Peak, Mikasa, and Historia are great, but Sasha is best. Facts.
Okay. I was figuring, so, okay, top 5, right? I guess maybe in no particular order is, as I stated, right? Peak, Mikasa, and then Historia,
Of just like what's like
Sasha,
popularity attractive?
yeah.
Okay.
And then,
Erwin. Hello.
well, yeah, I'm doing for
Oh, you're
men,
doing
and then
girls
for
and
men
then
will be
boys?
after. And then
Oh,
for
wow. So
women,
we're not co-ed here?
well, I wanted to go ahead and give it each their own, like 5 whatever list.
They get their
stuff,
own.
you know?
Yeah.
AJ likes separating men and women. No, I'm kidding.
You heard it here first.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
You know what?
I'm like, peace.
Nah, fuck that. High five me.
Joke around here, people. So I don't know.
Called sarcasm.
The 5th person that I'm putting as far as for the women is based off of what I think fans would go ahead and do. That 5th spot's kind of tricky. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if people feel a way about Annie. I don't know.
She's
but
cute.
I'm gonna put Annie on the list just because of
Because it's Annie.
popularity, right?
Cute.
Yeah.
Now, as a top 5 for the men, right? You got Levi. I think people obviously are thirsty over Levi, and then Aaron.
Well, a lot of people also like Zeke and Rhina. A lot of people like Jean.
Really?
Yeah.
What? So would that be the 5?
Wouldn't be mine, but it would be what I think
Yeah,
the general
based off
public.
of what? That's what I'm going based off.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
general
What I think
public.
the general public, yeah.
So like those
Probably.
3 right there that I just named, right? You got Levi, Aaron, Irvin. Right. So now as far as the others,
It's
I think
either
that
Zeke, Rhina,
and I
Jean.
swear if Jacob at all is ever mentioning the word flock, the
Well,
name
he already
flock
did. He
at
said
all,
flock,
you-
top tier. What do you
Hell
mean?
no.
He says Jean
Hell
might
no.
pull up. Peak. Jean
Technically-
is too good, bro.
Technically, Tish summoned him.
What?
Tish said, "What are we ranking? Flock is last." And Jacob,
funny.
Jacob
I didn't even see that.
after a good amount of silence and chat from Jacob, goes, "Flock is top tier. What you mean?"
I'll put Zeke on that list.
What you
and then
mean?
Number 5.
Mambo number 5.
That's
not Mambo number
will
5.
be
A little bit of Monica in my
a
life.
little bit of Levi, a little bit of Aaron, a little bit of Zeke and Irvin. And then the 5th will be, fuck, I don't know. I'm not going to put Jean on there. I don't think.
That's fucked up, bro.
Damn. You're not gonna put your boy
So
on
we got,
there.
who do we say? Levi, Irwin, Aaron,
Zeke.
Zeke. Can't put Armin in there.
Nah, my guy Armin's not going to be on that list.
No, Armin's on the list.
The glow up is real, but I don't know. I feel like Armin's always an afterthought. Low-key.
I'm just
put-
saying
I'd
from
put-
what I've seen online.
Okay, I'll put Armin
People-
there. Yeah, hell yeah, I'll put Armin on there.
People like Armin.
5.
People like Jean.
Ooh, yeah.
I'd put Ryan in.
People like Rhina.
Interesting. You want
I
to
mean,
go ahead?
Rhina
You want
is
to give
the
your list
creator's favorite. For
wanna
my
give your
top
list?
5 men,
and women?
my men is basically the same as yours.
The same.
Pretty much the same.
Okay.
I just put Rhina in there. For the
Take out
women,
who?
Oh, Zue said, not going to lie, but I would put Jean 3 out of 10.
Okay. So he's top 3.
Yeah, so that's the third one for you. Is that what you're saying?
Wow.
Or are you
I think
rating
that's
it
a
3 out of
rating
10?
Oh, he's a
because
3.
earlier Zway said peak is 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so you
Well, that's
so
the
you're
thing.
rating him a 3 out of 10.
That's to my point right there.
Got
I mean,
it.
I don't think 3 out of 10 deserves to be in the top 5 consideration.
Depends on
It depends on the rankings of the others.
on who's ranking.
Yeah, I think Zay was just giving us
and we appreciate
their scaling of Jean.
Yeah, thank you for that. So you got team
My
5,
5 girls.
and you said you were taking out who? Armin?
Yeah, I'm taking out Armin, putting in Rhina.
Okay.
Actually, I'm taking out both of them, putting in Grisha.
Grisha? Wow.
He's a doctor.
He's a doctor.
He makes money. For my women, number 1 is Sasha,
Of course, of course.
cause food.
Yeah.
She gets it.
Oh, she gets it. She gets me.
She gets you.
So after Sasha, we'll go Mikasa, Peak, Mikasa. Okay, I'm assuming they're all of age when I say this. Historia.
Yeah, they're all of age.
Yeah, they're all of age.
We see them as
They're women.
As women.
Current. Well,
You know,
some of them are dead
down the line
now,
versus-
but you know,
I'm
current in the
I'm
story.
throwing Hanji in there.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Until Hanji puts a strap on and all of a sudden.
Fuck, I'm running. Take it back.
That's even
take
better.
It back, take it back, take
That's
it back.
even better.
Good for you. Take it back,
Unless
take it
you're
back,
into
take
that
it back.
kind of stuff, you know.
We don't shame here.
There's no shame here. Come on.
I'll take Yelena. No, fucking hell, that's worse. That's
She's
worse.
tall.
That's worse. That is a strap
like-
on. That is a strap on waiting to happen.
You could go for Aaron's mom. Go for Carla.
I was thinking about.
Oh my
Carla.
god, I'm going for Carla number
Carla.
1. Carla number 1,
Yeah.
Sasha number 2.
Okay.
I'm surprised that you guys didn't ever mention Carla.
I was. You know what? I was
Dude, we
thinking
get
about.
her
but I was
for
like,
half
I
an
mentioned
episode.
Aaron.
That's true. That's true. We literally get her for half an episode. No,
Give her
she's
some
got a couple
recaps,
flashbacks.
Some flashbacks.
That don't count.
She's in a few memories.
She's
Yeah.
dead.
You know, we see it from not Sada's.
Yeah, it's from.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
so-
it was Grisha's memories,
Yeah.
right? And then Grisha's explaining about, essentially how he got to this
We
point. where
understand
he's at.
Grisha's and Sada's attraction.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Ymir because she kind of like dipped on her girl like that.
Which Ymir though? The founder? Or are we talking about?
I know Jacob likes older Ymir.
I'll pass on that. Yeah. She kind of crazy.
Honestly, I think that gay Ymir. That's what I'm gonna say. I think gay Ymir is pretty cute.
We could just say Jaw Ymir.
Yeah, Jaw Ymir. No, she's gay.
Gay Jaw Ymir.
Yeah, I think Jaw Ymir is pretty cute.
All right.
I like her freckles. We see her kind of naked for a little bit. I'm liking the body.
I like what I'm seeing.
And she knows what she wants.
Does she though?
No.
No.
To say she decided to go ahead and leave the person she loved.
She acts like she does. Who's the most
Alright.
evil laugh in the anime?
Light.
Whoa. Light in the anime.
Bruh.
I think do you mean in Attack on
Attack
Titan?
on
I'm
Titan?
assuming so.
Oh, and Attack on Titan is fucking King Fritz's when he like
Oh my God.
laughing
Yeah.
as his children start
Yeah.
munching over on the daughter. I mean munching over on the mother.
When the daughters are, yeah,
You mean on Ymir?
Yeah.
on Ymir.
Damn,
Ymir.
the cruelty.
But I mean that's just I feel like
Tahesh, we do not like Gabi here. I'm so sorry.
Sasha, Hitch, Rico,
Gabi does
Ymir,
have a
adults,
pretty evil.
Said Jacob. That was Jacob's rating.
So Gabi has an evil cackle though, I will say.
She does.
Gabi does have an evil cackle.
Well, so
Actually,
does Hanji.
The best laugh in the show is
Hanji.
the horse that bites Gabi.
I know.
Yeah. But did you hear Jacob's ranking?
Okay.
His ranking was Sasha, Hitch, Rico, Ymir,
Rico.
adult Ymir,
Okay. Interesting.
like founder.
All right.
Damn, you guys are going crazy in chat right
Solid.
now.
Thinking outside the box, like it.
Tish said, Man Bun Aaron, Young Jean, Nico, that one Armin looking back scene.
Oh my God, I know what you're
Levi.
talking about. I know what you're talking about.
specific.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Armin, but that one scene.
Uh-huh.
It's when I know what you're talking about. It's when Mikasa holds him back from attacking Eren, and she has to he has his hands behind his back, and he looks back at her. I know exactly what you're talking about. He does look pretty fine in that scene. Anyways,
Oh God. Saitama. Wrong anime, bro. Jacob, Sasha hates Rico, you're an adult. Any anime, I mean. Who's the most evil laugh? Like, you can pick Death Note. Okay, so who's the most evil laugh
Like,
in
And
general?
he said any anime, or they said any anime.
In general, basically. Just you think Light's got the craziest one?
That one sends shivers down my spine.
It's just really, really good.
And it's
Trying
that
to think of the
scene.
most
It's that
impactful.
scene.
I know exactly. We all know what scene you're
It's
talking
that
about.
scene, man. Oh my gosh, it's like
This is
Like an
my
animal.
perfect victory.
Like an animal backed into a corner.
yeah, 100%.
It's that scene.
He usually looks so dandelion-y.
Yeah, he does. But in that scene, he looks pretty good. Jacob also says Light Yagami.
Oh, thank you to Hesh for clearing up sarcasm on the Gabi votes there.
Yeah.
Good, good,
Thank you,
good.
Hesh.
Good. All my homies hate Gabi. Oh my gosh, I get so much responsibility. Oh my goodness.
Beautiful.
Alrighty. Shall we carry on with the breakdown? Anything else we want to talk about other than just the food and the reactions and Niccolo blushing and all that? And
Oh my god, you're so good, gosh darn it.
She's like literally crying tears of joy.
Yeah, exactly.
Fire food.
She's
that's
just
fire.
never tasted something so good.
I don't know if we're gonna go ahead and necessarily see more about it. It gets alluded to because of Niccolo's feelings towards Sasha because of how much she appreciates.
There's a
his
little bit
food,
of
but
blushing.
Do we think that Sasha, from here on, after discovering some amazing food from this chef, do you think she even puts in any kind of effort to pursue?
For the food, yes.
I think that they just end up spending more time together because she's like, cook more, I'll eat more. And he's like, I love to cook. This is my love language. She's like, cool, my love language is eating.
Yeah.
My love language is eating the food of love.
Yeah. And I think they live happily ever after in my universe. And Gabi never got on that airship. And the rumbling never happened.
Yeah, and Eddie's cut, we're not going to kill off Sasha.
Yeah. In Eddie's cut, yeah, she's survived.
In Eddie's cut, it's going to be that scene where Sasha's perched over on the freaking Marley
And Mikasa
rooftop,
does
and
say...
she looks over at Gabi and then just pulls the trigger.
Pop
Yeah.
your ass. Good.
Yeah, in Eddie's cut, Mikasa doesn't say your family. Mikasa says, I'm in love with you. Let's run away
That's
together.
another real annoying aspect of it too, where everybody clearly.
And Ymir
love.
never leaves. She stays with
Yep,
Astoria and
thank
is a
you.
guard dog.
Now we're freaking talking
So
about some story
that's
here.
Eddie's cut. Keep an eye out
Love
for that
it.
one.
Yep, there we go.
Thank
That'll
you
be
for
the-
liking, subscribing, and hitting notification bells, Way. We appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, thank you.
Zway wants to talk about FNAF. How about we save it for after we do this next part?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
remember, this is an Attack on Titan podcast. I love to talk to all of you guys, but
Trust me,
We
we're
can-
going to go ahead and spiral
We are
after
gonna
we go
talk.
ahead and cover this next part.
but
we
let's
do
lock
have
in
to
for a
focus.
second, guys. Lock in.
I will talk some FNAF with you after we do this next part.
All this because bro got family zone, says Tish. Yeah.
Think of some FNAF questions for me. I'm not all too caught up, but I have a good amount of knowledge.
Okay, this next
I know, it's my
part
I know a
here,
bit of lore.
Zach is going to take on the reins of being the narrator.
I know.
So, Zach,
Fuck, I'm so scared.
you do your thing, bro.
3, 2, 1, go. No, imagine.
No, I was ready. I was like, okay. Locked
Right.
in.
We continue the episode as it's later in the day and the sun begins to set. We see Aaron training as he practices his aim on a shooting range. Armin, who's there with him, informs Aaron.
We should be finishing the building. Excuse me, we should finish. Say it again.
Wow, when he's not narrating, he's like, whoa. See,
Armin.
it's hard. It's hard.
Armin, who's there with him, informs Aaron.
We should be finished building the port soon. Progress has been fast since those Marleyan engineers decided to help us out.
Mikasa is also with Armin and Aaron as she joins in on the conversation.
I'm kind of surprised they agreed to.
Armin covers his ears as Aaron fires and oh. Aaron stops his training for a moment, turns to look at Armin, and then asks,
Armin, have you seen any of Bertolt's memories?
Armin quickly responds,
Yeah, but I didn't notice anything that seemed helpful.
A serious Aaron tells Armin.
We're short on time. Zeke has less than 3 years to live.
Armin then acknowledges,
Yeah, but about that, do you really think it's okay for us to just go along with Yelena's plan?
Mikasa then asks about Armin's hesitation,
What's the problem?
and Armin explains.
I just wonder if we really have to threaten the world with the rumbling to protect the Eldian people. We'd be forcing everyone to live in fear of us, acting like the devils they think we are. Before it comes to that, why don't we just talk to them? If we fix the world's misconceptions about us, threats won't be needed.
Aaron stops Armin from saying anything further.
Come again. What misconceptions do they have?
Armin explains.
You know. How they think we're scary monsters.
Aaron then responds.
They think that because we can transform into man-eating titans, that's no misconception.
Armin and Mikasa both look at Aaron with a concerned look of worry. Mikasa then tells Aaron.
But still, there are some Marlians who like us.
Aaron turns his attention to Mikasa as he adamantly asks.
How many? Most of the Marlians we caught are still glaring at us from the prison cells.
Mikasa then tries to reason with Aaron.
That's true for now, but given enough time...
Armin then echoes Mikasa's reasoning.
Yeah, we just need time.
Aaron seems to agree to a certain degree.
That's right. And to buy ourselves that time, we need to show the world our strength.
Aaron aims his rifle and shoots. But the bullet brings us back to reality. As we go back to Liberio, the moment Sasha was shot in the chest. As we recall that moment and moments that followed, we hear Armin.
I still don't know that we made the right choice back then.
We now see Armin, with Shell in his hand, narrating.
I can't help but wonder if there was some other path we could have taken. If we'd just seen it.
We now see Aaron in a prison cell.
I used to think that I understood Aaron better than anyone, even Mikasa. But I don't know anymore.
To be continued.
Wow.
Oh, Armin.
This is where
Poor boy. You have no idea, Armin.
Just so you guys know, that sink that Aaron's in front of is over fucking flowing, and
Yeah.
this dude is drenched.
he's drenched. He's staring himself over in the freaking mirror.
He's-
God knows what he's seeing, you know?
I know.
And who he's
I
hearing,
know.
what's happening.
Who he's talking to, what path he's in.
and
Armin.
shit, I mean, this is when Aaron really begins to go ahead and visibly show, like, that he himself is changing. And we've seen little moments, but now he's having these dialogues with his so-called best friends. And they're so, like, the emotion he's expressing is just, it's so blunt and so just like there's there's like no negotiation here. It's so matter of fact, and obviously he's aware.
There's no
of
more
a lot
like
of things.
wonder or whimsy, or he's
No.
just like, he just knows that he's a victim of his own destiny. He's like, hey,
Yep.
well, I just got to get through this. So
He's a slave to freedom.
Exactly. And the fact that he is just like focusing on
thank you, Tish.
training and shit and all that and stuff. And what are we thinking Tish for?
Because earlier,
Was it Tehesh?
Zue said, I'm the voice actor of Springtrap. And then Jacob said, you're not William Afton, little bro. And then Tish said, Jacob, be nice. And Jacob said, yes.
Salute emoji.
Tish said also, Zeke only has 3 years left to live, and sounds like a him problem.
Honestly,
Facts.
we understand that he tried and he failed.
Sounds like a Zeke
Right,
problem to
but
me.
now
He got so fucking close.
He did, yeah, definitely. If it wasn't for a short-statured Titan Slayer named Levi, you know, if he didn't get involved, then Zeke probably would have had his way for sure, and he would have claimed
Yeah.
the founding Titan. But yeah, 3 years definitely. Out of the 13 years, I mean, he's lived himself a life, right? He's gone on to go ahead and become this war chief out over in the nation of Marley, and we come to even find out as we learn over in Marley that even the Marlians don't really respect Zeke. They understand he is kind of like their not commander, but again, he's just a war chief there. But anytime there's any involvement where there's decision making, you can tell they're like, you know, he's just an Eldian. You know, all right, let's hear what the Eldian has to say. Right.
Yeah.
But
Like, all right, I guess we'll take in. We got it. We have to listen to you, but
Zeke's been scheming, man. He's been scheming ever since
Yeah.
he got so close and failed.
Yup.
And he's got 3 years left, so he's not trying to waste any time.
Can't fuck up this one.
And Aaron understands that.
he's got some few. I mean, this is the dude that went band for band in fighting with in terms of war strategy with Irvin.
Exactly.
Like,
We've talked
he's
about that in
smart.
past episodes and understanding that.
We know that Zeke is smart.
Yeah.
And we know that later on when spoiler, he tricks Aaron in the paths later on. But
Exactly. I mean,
Zeke is smart.
That example that you brought up is an example that we talked about before in the past. In the moment, as the battle for Shiganshina was happening, as we talked about all the different like measures and decision makings that Zeke made, almost like in retaliation or to counter whatever Irvin was doing.
Yeah,
right? And
totally.
Zeke was getting the better of Irvin.
Yeah.
So it's crazy because we understand Irvin's a gambler. You
But
know,
also Zeke just had knowledge that Irvin didn't have.
Of course.
Like
knowledge, resources.
to fight against Irvin with the it's like you gave him $1 million and then Irvin got $1 and they're fighting against each other with that. And arguably
So it is credit
Zeke
to
lost.
Irvin as well, right? That like, despite the
Yeah.
lack of resources, the
Yeah,
lack
with what
of
he's
numbers,
got.
the lack of knowledge and stuff,
He may not know about Titans controlling Titans and hiding in
Yeah.
the ground and all that. And
Exactly.
May not know all that.
Yeah.
But
and then
he
it's
knows
like,
an Ackerman.
It's like Zach even mentioned too.
He
it's
knows
like
an Ackerman.
One of those hypotheticals is like, hey, if Irvin were to go ahead and become the Colossal, like think about that in that same context, right? Like Irvin was able to go
the
toe to
knowledge
toe,
he would have
right?
gotten.
And then
The
all of a sudden,
juicy-
Irvin gets that knowledge, he gets that power, right? And then what does he do? Like we can only speculate as far as what he would be
Yeah.
able to do.
Would he be like, wow, this is it?
I feel like it just hit me that Zeke's been working on this euthanization plan since before he saw Aaron.
Yeah.
When they were originally trying to get the coordinate in
Yeah.
the first couple seasons. That was Zeke trying to, without knowing of Aaron, trying to pursue his euthanization plan.
Sending the
'Cause if-
original warriors.
If he, before he even got to Marley, got a hold of the coordinate,
Yeah.
he could have just done it right then and there.
Yeah.
If he had ran into Aaron before Marley, he could have just done it.
That's the Thanos snap.
That's
Boom.
not. It's just a touch, one touch,
Yeah, literally.
and boom, no babies,
Exactly.
no more babies.
Yeah, no more babies at all. Ever.
None.
Can you imagine any parents, any mothers trying to go ahead and conceive in that moment, and all of a sudden they're just like pushing, the next just nothing.
You mean Historia?
Well, she wasn't quite there yet, but yeah.
I don't think it. Well, would it turn as a whole other theory?
No,
Would it
because
turn into
it's
nothing, or
only
would they
it's
do-
only for conceiving. It just makes them like infertile, right?
So I guess maybe if you're
It's
already
not a- it's
pregnant,
not a late term
you
So if
are
they're currently
the
giving birth, then they're
last-
fine.
And until Zeke finds them,
They're already
But-
violated. Baby's coming out.
No babies.
Yeah.
No babies.
This is the last
Can
generation.
the babies have babies?
The babies will not have babies. Oh shit.
That's crazy. This motherfucker been working on this plan his whole goddamn Titan career,
Yeah. I think that this was
and Aaron fucked it up.
I think that it was kind of spearheaded with the help of maybe Dr. Saver.
I agree.
He was obviously very intelligent.
I think
His-
Saber handpicked him for that.
his
mission.
brain was used as a weapon. It wasn't his Titan ability,
Yeah.
it was his
his battle prowess.
yeah.
His foresight.
So interesting. Very, very interesting. But 3 years is obviously when you think about it in terms of like in general, you may think it's a long time, but it really isn't. 3
Yeah.
years goes by very, very quick. And and so that's why we're talking about how Zeke's trying to go ahead and really get a lot of different things in motion and stuff like that. He's trying to go ahead and find these people who are willing to go ahead and wanting to go ahead and work with him, which is why Yelena is involved in this, right? We understand with Yelena, she saw Aaron and she just was in awe of this kind of like, this creature, this godlike presence, because she was thinking the same way when she saw Zeke. This is not a monster, it's a god.
Yeah.
And so Zeke has a lot of ambition. He's not even here at this point, you know, but he's still a very big presence in parody, right? Because he left a mark. Obviously, he left, you know, like
He left a lot of
lasting-
craters.
he left a lasting impression that is gonna. It literally has.
The battles, like, have you seen that city set?
Fuck ton of
Imagine
craters.
over the wall you see fucking claw marks, and there's like, well,
Yeah.
there's claw marks from where the Beast Titan went ahead and
Yeah.
climbed up just to
That's
go
why I
ahead
did that.
and sit down. And
There's our coffee maker. Just kidding. We don't know what coffee is. That's
You see
something.
that hole right there?
Yeah.
A big monkey threw rocks at us.
Yeah.
That's how their history is. Big monkey threw rocks.
yeah.
Horses didn't win.
Yeah.
But-
well, do you have any pictures?
One
No,
midget
we don't.
Beyblade. One midget Beyblade is all it took to take down that monkey.
Yeah.
There was one captain named Levi, and
took an Ackerman.
he shredded him to pieces. Didn't kill him
My
though.
favorite Beyblade.
I don't know why we're talking
the
like this.
Ackerblade.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I started this.
We're out over in the freaking like,
Boonies.
We're from the
Connie-
lands where Sasha's
We're
from.
in Connie's
Yeah.
hometown and Sasha's hometown.
you know, we're
Yeah. start
speaking like Sasha's father.
Oh, you want to get down and dirty with
It's
this
just
kind
so
of
fun
talk?
to use that
Mr.
accent.
Browse.
It just feels real good. He just
shit,
I just
realized-
love how immune to the rasp.
Zach's not gonna be able to go ahead and do Mr. Browse next week.
Oh, that's already
Fuck.
next week.
Next
Hey,
week.
just
You'll be outta
FaceTime
here.
me for it. I'll wake up. I'm dead ass. Hold me up to the mic and I'll do it.
You're gonna have that morning kind of like that deep kind of voice gonna go
It's gonna be
perfectly.
like-
I'm gonna have my 3:30 a.m. voice. Actually, by that time it'd be like what 4:35.
Let's be like,
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be.
I don't care. Wake my ass up. The fuck?
Okay.
I'm gonna be jet lagged from my plane ride anyways.
oh shit.
I'm so serious. I will do the voice over the phone. You can just call me and I'll be like, hello.
What's the line? You're like line.
Yeah.
I'll just send you the notes.
I'll fucking be listening. I'll be
I'll
right
send you the
here.
notes. There you go.
I'll get my voice lines in at least. Please, God, don't have me narrate all episode.
I know Zach's narrating.
I
Here we
know
go.
he's narrating this episode.
There's gonna be like a second delay. Yeah. So, anyways, the 3 years thing. Yeah. So again, Zeke's working hard. But
I
all
don't
right.
adapt. My body won't adapt.
Let's talk about this, right? We go ahead and we see Armin and his optimism that he always has and stuff, you know. And what is Armin's usual go-to strategy, right? Like, let's not
reason, let's
resort
talk.
to violence. Let's talk, right?
People
And
don't need to die.
We've seen before that it's worked before in the past where Armin has expressed like, hold on, let me go ahead and try to reason. And then sometimes it works, right? Sometimes, you know, Eren has to transform into a Titan, right? But the opportunity to go ahead and try, right? Like just give him that. And Armin, I mean, he's obviously, as anybody that lives over in the conditions of the outer districts of Walmaria, right? And understanding how they lived, right? Obviously, when you go from Walmaria to Walrose, the living, you know, like it gets better.
Low to middle class.
And then, you know, Walsina is, that's where, you know, the royalty
High class.
and all that is. But so the fact that Armin is like excited about them finishing projects and stuff, they're building a port and the progress has been so fast. And like ever since those engineers have helped us out, and, you know, and even Mikasa's like, yeah, I'm surprised they kind of like agreed to do it, you know? And like,
I mean, when you show grown ass adults a fucking wooden train and they lose their minds over it, that's like my favorite scene from this episode is watching, besides Sasha eating meat or fish and seafood, is they get a train,
yeah.
they put it on toy rails, and they push it, and Hanji's like, choo choo train.
I know, and I think that there's a sense of pride too, right? That maybe some of these Marlians are feeling, despite their hesitancy to go ahead
This
and help
is their
them.
charity.
Where it's like, you know what? Hey, we're like you mentioned, this is the Industrial Revolution, right? And so it's happening, and Armin's excited about it because he's excited about knowledge and learning and growth and adventures. And this is just one big learning adventure for him because he's witnessing things happening. He's learning, and it's so cool to go ahead and see him essentially being the new Moblet to Hanji, where you know he's there for every single thing. They're kind of like, you know, watching Hanji like figuring out certain things, being there to go ahead and be involved in the process, you know, like being in those shoes, right? The I picked you over Irvin's shoes, right? Is very, very large shoes to fill.
Yeah, he's giving like baby Irvin right now.
Yeah.
And it seems like all of that weight isn't even on his shoulders right now. Like he's so invested in the forward momentum that parody has as a nation.
In a way, it's out of his hands now, and the others that are here now are now kind of taking the reins, right? And they're helping us to grow.
Yep. And he's just doing his part.
It's not his role to now go ahead and be like, well, Marlians have this tech. Armin, you need to come up with new weapons and new armor and like
Yeah.
Ask the Marlians we captured.
exactly. So I mean it's cool to go ahead and see that optimism and excitement that Armin is expressing here in this moment. But then you have Aaron.
Thank you, Tish, for keeping the peace in the chat.
Love it. What's going on
Thanks,
in chat?
Tish.
Should I ask?
This is what he says. Draenodon, I date your mother, and I'm a colossal titan.
Jesus.
Tish also earlier said caveman discovers fire.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then Tish goes, whoa, let's reel it in, kids. This is not COD. Tahesh says, hey, by the way, what do you think? Who was the man in the ending standing right next to Mikasa on Aaron's grave? Was it Jean or Armin? I think it was Jean.
I think we think it's Jean.
We see Armin come up as an old man.
Yeah.
They have to be different people.
Armin is the one who
Looks
the
like
last
John's
person
soul.
to walk up that hill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Zway, your unk.
I think that how it works is that
Call of Duty's way.
Again,
Call of Duty.
head canon, right? Armin and Annie go ahead and
Have babies.
they go ahead and participate in life together,
Participate
And,
in life together.
and
That's a
then
sweet way of putting it.
John, who has tried and tried and tried, right?
And tried. And tried.
Hey, and
Finally
Mikasa ended up growing out
succeeds.
her hair. So
Finally succeeds because
And that's what he wanted.
That's
Mikasa
what
was
Jean
in a
wanted.
very fragile
Confirm?
state.
Babe, I know you're in love with a
just
dead man, but
needed
will you grow your
someone.
hair out for me?
I like your hair when it's long. Can you grow it out?
But Aaron liked my
She
hair
did.
short.
And
know.
Aaron
people
is
do too.
freaking rolling in his grave. He's
Yeah.
just like, cut the hair, cut the hair.
I know.
I think it's Jean.
Nothing.
As far as Connie goes, no clue. I don't know who Connie ends up, going on an adventure of life with.
Sorry, our new friend Mathan has a One Piece profile picture. Hi, Mathan.
Hey, what's up, man?
Coming in at the end of the stream, but
Man, we're right at the end, but
Well, welcome,
We'd be
and
rambling.
we'll be streaming every Thursday. So
Jacob,
I know
see your
we'll be here every Thursday. So
yeah. I don't know. We talked about it right with Connie. I feel like Connie maybe just doesn't necessarily go ahead and.
Tahesh says
And-
Connie with Peak.
I don't know, but if
I
that
could
is the
see-
case,
I can see
then
Peak and
Connie.
hey, you know what? I'm gonna look this up.
Connie, that would be. I mean, maybe she just wants a guy to make her laugh.
Is there anything? I don't know. Lex, can you look to see if there is any kind of like
Romance.
shipping that's going on after the fact? Uh-oh. Is it who?
Connie Springer doesn't end up with a romantic partner.
That's what I figured. I feel like
Instead, he focuses on his role in the world and his relationships with his friends, particularly Sasha, Jean, and Armin.
He's a funkle.
yeah. There you go.
People have shipped John and Peak together. He likes long black hair.
I can
Yes,
see,
but I don't think Peak likes horse faces.
Yeah, people. Yeah, there's a Jean Peak ship fandom.
Yeah, but Jean Kassa
Yeah.
or Mika Jean.
I mean, John even says who his like.
People also want Annie and Peak together. Of course they do.
Of course.
Yeah, Connie's single for life, baby.
Yeah. Interesting.
Ooh, I have the most popular Attack on Titan ships.
Okay.
Hold on. My
We'll be the judge of that.
Does Rhina end up alone?
number one is
Yeah.
Nicole and Sasha.
Yeah.
Hold on. This is really doing a horrible job at scrolling.
Interesting.
Okay.
So number one.
Number two is Ymir and Historia.
Okay. Which Ymir? Okay, imagine.
Number three is Aaron and Mikasa.
Wow.
The main characters.
Top
Number
three.
four,
Oh.
four is Falco and Gabi.
Okay.
5 is Armin and Annie.
Okay.
Duh. 6 is Peak and Porco.
Well, we talked about the nicknames they
Come on,
have for each
Puck.
other and stuff and all that.
Yeah.
And
Ooh, I'm not a fan of number 7.
I feel like Peak and Porco, they don't even have an opportunity because motherfucker Porco's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
Porco's gone, so we don't. Number 7 is Levi and Hanji. Not a fan of that.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
That's like
They're
guard
just.
dog and
Yeah.
human.
Levi's afraid of love.
8 is Marco and Jean.
Wow.
I mean,
I'm like-
I'd ship it. Sure.
Marco's that dude's been dead for freaking 3 seasons.
Number 9
Marco deserves
is-
way better than Jean.
Number 9 is
feel like-
Moblet and Hanji.
No, don't see that.
No.
I feel like, and I talked about
And
it before.
lastly, number 10 is Levi and Erwin.
Okay.
That I see.
So I talked about
Oh, just
before.
kidding. There's way more.
We'll stick with
20.
10.
As far as
Let me just see what's on there.
I guess not, but I was gonna say Marco would be a good partner for Hitch, but Hitch obviously was destined for Marlo. Marlo
Right.
destined for Hitch, and that didn't work out.
Connie, no, they're siblings.
I don't
they're
know.
twins.
It's crazy. It's crazy to go ahead and think about like
Of course, Levi and Petra are on there.
love in Attack on Titan because
Jean and Mikasa are on there.
yeah,
Petra and Otoo are on there.
Ew. Petra Levi.
Otomo pisses himself.
Aaron and Historia are on here.
Of course.
I mean, that's canon.
Yeah.
That's basically canon.
I like how all these
Wow.
names and not once did Rhina's name come up.
No, Ryan
Because
ends
that
up alone.
motherfucker's got his own mental health issues to deal with before he can date.
He doesn't even want to be alive. You know, he's like, damn, I have more than 13 years now.
No Bertolt with Annie. So true.
No, honestly, I felt like that
I
was a
know.
crush, one-sided crush.
I mean, it was. And then his memories turned blonde.
Yeah. But I felt like Armin played the long game, and it's because he was visiting Annie. And I
Right,
think that
we got a really good scene of that in this.
Jacob. Bro, I'm with Tish on this one. He says Flock and Mikasa after Aaron dies. Tish goes, Jacob, please.
No,
dude, Flock's
Then Jacob goes, not this time, Tish. I'm standing on that.
oh my god,
Flock's gone, bro.
Reiner gets no hose. For real.
yeah.
Flock, I don't know, man. I felt like he was on that Irvin train a little too close.
A little too close.
We don't know what he did to his body when he was carrying him.
Oh
That
god.
got so dark.
I'm kidding. I'm just trying to fucking shit on Flock. Honestly, we talked about it.
Flock is an Erwin Glazer.
Flock, credit
Honestly,
to him,
yeah.
he carried Irvin's body all the way from outside the walls over to the
What
rooftop.
was left of it?
Yeah, exactly.
What was left of it is crazy. Okay.
I mean, bro lost an
Missing
arm.
a few pounds.
But you know what? That's true.
Bro
yeah.
lost an arm
he got
and
hit
he
by
lost
a rock.
almost all of his internal organs
Yeah.
in the manga. So
Kind of got
like,
hit by a rock.
bro's got some blood
So I
loss going.
guess.
It's true.
Probably lost like 30, 40 pounds in skin and blood.
I suppose he's struggling.
I'm surprised he made it alive there.
I'm like, wow, no Historia and the farmer, huh?
I know.
'cause the
Wow.
farmer- the
Probably
farmer is
because
just
it's
a
not
ploy.
real.
yeah.
The farmer who?
We don't even get to see his face. How can he actually have a kid?
So kind of back to the story a little bit. And talking about Armin and his excitement here. Again, it's essentially extinguished by Aaron. Who knows if he was even listening? He just essentially like his response is, "So have you seen Bertolt's memories yet?" Like a complete different topic,
Yeah.
you know?
Give me a status report.
I love that Armin's like, it's nothing useful.
Well, he kind
Just
of
that
like
I have this sudden crush to.
I know.
I have
was
this
gonna
sudden
say,
want to be around Annie.
He gets kind of nervous a little bit when he's like,
Yeah.
but nothing that's helpful. You know, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
how do you
it's not
think
that.
he feels when he
He
first
could have
thinks
just
of
said
Annie?
nothing, but he's like, nothing helpful.
yeah.
Like, of course, the motherfucker probably had a. He was like, Annie's really pretty.
I'm like, Annie's
Did I
pretty.
think that before?
I know.
Yeah.
Do I think that?
He's probably having some
Or does he think that?
internal like something with himself where he's like, did I think that?
Some soul infighting.
Yeah. Or is it Bertolt? Is it?
Well, technically, he's me now.
He's like, well, I'm just me talking to Annie every day is just being nice. You know, I'm just updating her. She's a part of this as much as anyone else is, right? She should know. So I'm hanging out with her so much,
I
right?
really love talking
Tries
to
to
her, though.
talk himself out of it.
Yeah.
It's like she's not even talking back.
You can't logic your way out of
Can't.
love.
She can't.
But it helped, I guess. You know, obviously, Armin
Can't logic your way
Annie
out of
could
love.
It helped her create feelings for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, he came to me every fucking day that he could, and he talked to me in my crystal. My
So
it's charming.
again, like you said,
He's like,
Armin
why'd you
has
do
to,
that?
Armin has to give a status report. about these memories. We understand Eren is obsessed with memories at this point.
Yeah.
Yep.
So nothing helpful.
Give me more.
Right? And then that's when Eren is like again, this is somebody who's so serious, right? So cold. He's like,
We're short on time. Right? Zeke only has 3 years left to live.
and
It's like, damn, dude.
at this
okay.
point, he's obviously clearly Team Jaeger.
Yeah,
you know?
he's way too far gone.
And then this is now where we get Armin again in his what we were referring to about how he tries to go about things and how he's like, well, I mean, as far as Zeke's plan go, I mean, should we really just kind of go along with this plan? I mean, like, I just feel like if we threaten the world, right?
Yeah. Which is, he's true. It's like, we're just going to be public enemy number one. We're going to be the devils that they think we are.
Yeah.
Aaron's in his head like,
He's like,
motherfucker, they ain't gonna be there to threaten us.
he's like, I hope so, because you guys got to be the ones to save and look like angels, okay?
And Eren always has like he has a rebuttal for every single concern.
Well, he's also seen every single
Exactly.
outcome.
Like, that's what exactly I was alluding to, is because he's seen it play out.
Yes.
And he knows, right? Regardless of if he believes it, right, that it's gonna happen that way, even if he's having some entity tell him, it's not until the events play out exactly how they're supposed to play out where all of a sudden he's like, oh shit, this is how it's gonna play out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But from here he's like, well, he understands on the outside world, right, away from parody, that they're not gonna go ahead and just want to talk. They're not gonna see things from your perspective, Armin. As a matter of fact, right? Armin talks about these misconceptions, right? And Eren says like, well, I mean, we Eldians have the ability to turn into man-eating titans. Like,
Yeah.
that's not a
He's like,
misconception.
literally,
We are
what
monsters.
are we?
Yeah. And then well, it just kind of plays out as a very different conversation between these two characters that are supposed to be
Right.
friends. You know?
Just finished my Sudoku under 5 minutes.
There you go. Good job.
World record.
Glad to hear that you're paying attention.
I'm paying such good attention. I was actively sorry.
I know. You're talking. I'm just busting your
If
balls.
you guys were both paying attention, you'd see the absolute atrocity that is in chat right now.
Oh God, what is it? I can't see it through that tiny text.
Tish said, "Actually, Flock is kind of hot."
Whoa.
Is this not Stockholm syndrome?
Whoa. Have you been
When Jacob
hanging
goes,
around in chat?
Jacob
little
goes, Tish,
too much?
finally, you've come to your senses and come to the right
I
side.
swear, Tish, you start becoming a Jaegerist.
Tish
I don't
goes,
even know.
don't get too excited. Ted Bundy was hot too, but I am sensible.
I mean, I feel like Ted Bundy being hot is also.
He was just like charming.
I think
He's just a
that's-
charming white guy,
charismatic.
and the crime just like
He
wasn't.
knew how to talk. You know,
He knew how to fix people's cars on the side of the road.
he knew how to go ahead and
just
be
had to have
like,
that
"Oh, hey,
salesman."
sorry, I have this broken arm. Can you please help me go ahead and load up this freaking surfboard? What the fuck do you have a surfboard for with a fucking broken
I know
arm?"
you have a broken arm.
Next
But
thing
they
you
don't
know,
question it. They just load the
they're
surfboard.
like, sure. And then they just keep walking deeper into the fucking woods. Where'd you park?
You know, where did you park?
Guys are
I'm just
fucking logged.
through here.
Bunk. And then
Some people really are fucking dense.
It's just a little further up.
yeah, it's kind of crazy shit. I don't know. You know what's crazy too is that I'm gonna tell this story too. And Ronnie, I'm sorry for saying the story, but
Great way to start it.
her first day over at the school that she's teaching, right? There was this like group leader, this guy. He's there, right? And keep in mind that there's people that work there, the staff, right? They're all kind of like, you know, in their 20s, you know, young adults and stuff like that, right? Like, you know, mid to like, you know, late 20s. Anyways, you get the idea that like, oh, somebody that's young sees somebody else, they're like, oh shit, you know, like wow, right? I think they're cute, whatever. And so there was this one guy who first day on the job starts kind of talking to some of the girls there, this and that, right? You know, Ryan didn't have any kind of, you know, altercation because she's in a class. This person, I guess, was out over being a leader in different groups somewhere else. But anyways, talking to a lot of different girls, and then asking for social media and stuff. And I guess the For You page shows pretty much what you're interested in.
What you like and
And
what is in
I
your
guess this
algorithm.
guy had like a whole lot of nudity, right?
Of course he did.
a lot of girls stuff, and then so it became one of those things where I guess, you know, I remember the exact story, but the story plays out where the guy goes out there and word gets around, right? One of the girls just decides to like to exchange, you know, instas because of like fear of like what
just
might
say
react if he.
It's
if he
easy,
says no.
especially if it's Instagram. It's easy to just say yes, and you could always block.
And then exactly what happened.
At least
right?
now you know who to block.
She blocked, right? And then this is on this dude's first day, right? And then he goes and tries to apologize because he hears that, like, oh shit, like whatever, like, right? And he's like, oh, tries to apologize to her and this and that. And she's like, oh. And then so it's one of those things where
I'm good.
I'm
not seeking an apology. I'm seeking distance.
This dude's first day goes out there, tries to go ahead and start chatting with all these different girls, right? Word gets spread, and to my understanding, he gets called into to talk to the bosses, whatever.
Yeah.
I think he gets fired on his fucking first day.
Like
right?
you're making everyone uncomfortable.
Real creep behavior.
So you're coming to work just to hit on your coworkers.
Get this. The reason I brought this up is because in connection to that kind of Ted Bundy thing. One thing he kind of talked about is that he said he likes Taylor Swift, right? He goes, I like Taylor Swift a lot. Actually, I have Taylor Swift posters in my car. If you want one, you can come get one in my car.
Don't go to that car.
Exactly.
What? I have Taylor Swift posters in my car.
You, a grown ass man, have Taylor Swift posters in your car. In bulk.
You couldn't have come up with anything better.
In bulk.
I have Taylor Swift posters. In my car.
Motherfucker, if you said I have some leftover sushi from my lunch a couple hours ago.
In my car, though. Sushi in the car.
Yeah.
I would have been like, oh, listen, I have an extra cart.
But people would
It's in my car. Can you be like, oh yeah, let's go, man?
Hey, hell yeah, let's go.
Awesome, really. Yeah. Hey, I got some bud in my car.
So that was one of the lines he tried to go ahead.
Yeah, sure, let's go. Where's your
That
car
was
at?
one of the lines he tried to put out there, when he was talking to all these different girls.
So like, where's the bud at, bro?
Real creep behavior.
This is all STEM.
Also, Ronnie's first
all
day,
hash.
right?
Fucking ass.
Ronnie's first day, she's working over in the class, this and that, right? And I guess there was this different guy, right? Goes out there and he goes into the class for a little bit and stuff, and he kind of observes for a little bit and he walks out and stuff, and then the next day, right? She's working over at the school again. She's kind of helping out and stuff like that, and then at the end of her shift, all of a sudden that same guy approaches her, right? And he does the oh, hi, sorry, hi, my name's, what's your name? And then followed by, so are you single?
No.
And she goes, no, I have a boyfriend. And then he goes, okay, and he walks away, and she's like, oh, that was awkward.
Bro, at least set
at least he
fucking hook before you start throwing.
But the thing is, though,
I kind of appreciate that he was just like, hey, this is what I'm interested in, not wasting your time.
What I told
You're
her,
not single?
what I told her was that
Hi.
he clearly saw her.
I'm cool with that.
He clearly saw her the day before, right? And then he was probably thinking about her a lot, thinking about, okay, I want to go ahead and
Yeah,
ask
let me
her out.
talk to her.
So then the next day,
I'll just be honest.
right? He waited for the opportunity, which is when they were, closing this and that stuff, right? And then he decided to go and shoot a shot. It's a way where it's like he does it almost like rip it like a Band-Aid. She said no, whatever, and he's like, okay, and he just went about his way,
Yeah.
right? And
I thought that was a perfect interaction.
Yeah.
Nice.
But just that it was kind of weird because he just literally just dipped after her.
Yeah. One Piece is my favorite of all
Yeah,
time.
Tish said also Taylor Swift. Yikes! No, literally.
Yeah.
That's another what?
Zach's line is right.
Jacob says Billy better, huh?
It's like I got some One Piece manga in my car.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
What are the?
I feel like that line will work on Zach.
Yeah.
What are they called?
shit, man. All right, let's
Labubus?
go.
Yeah, Labubus.
I have a One Piece Labubu in my car.
Yeah, a One Piece.
What? Wow.
You know
Like
they
edition
actually
Labubu.
fucking have those.
Do they?
Where I buy my vices, they got a fuck ton of Labubus of all different kinds.
Is there an official One Piece crossover Labubu?
Yes.
Really?
There's a bunch of them. They're not all
What?
just. There's the whole crew,
Oh my god.
and they sell them at the Fullerton location.
You don't know what a Labubu is. It's a little
I don't
monster.
even fucking know what
It's a
they
little
are.
monster plush, and they all look.
It's
the
a
same.
pop figure,
And
but it's a goofy monster baby.
It's got a
teeth.
big
they
smile
got
with
One
pointy
Piece?
teeth.
Yes.
Those?
Here, I'll look it up.
I only know what Labubus are
That sounds
because
so dumb.
I know what
Where do you
Labubus
buy
are
'em?
because my kids, my
I'll give
kids
you the
at
address to my shop.
I'm kidding.
they wear they'll wear it on their pants. They'll wear their little Labubu on their pants like it's a
Interesting.
keychain. It's a little
Wow.
plushie, and they'll be like, "Yeah, this is a real one." And then I also have a Lafufu. I'm like, "What's a Lafufu?" They're like, "It's a fake Labubu."
Wow.
Oh, they have little pop figures of the Labubus.
Yeah.
Whoa. I mean, not pop, but Labubu
They're basically
figures.
pop figures. They're Labubu figures, but they look like pop figures.
But Labubus just have that big square head, so it's it looks.
It straight up
pop
just looks like a
figure.
Funko Pop, but goofier.
Crazy.
Yeah, they have these boxes, and they have the big ones
Tish
too.
said, "Tell Zach you have food in One Piece, and he'd spawn."
Yeah. What am I spawning into? Yeah, food in One Piece.
Yeah.
I'm
What?
there.
Okay. Send me the coordinates. I'll be right there.
Because of Lizzo?
I know.
Isn't she skinny now?
Labubu because of
Lost a lot of
Lizzo.
weight.
Yeah, she's like
Isn't she
like
on,
weight.
lipo Ozempic or some shit?
She like washes her
On that
body to lose
Ozempic.
weight.
Wasn't her whole thing about being big and proud?
Same thing with Meghan Trainor. They're like anti-fat now.
Didn't she change the lyrics for a song?
Meghan Trainor did, yeah.
Ice Spice got rid of her ass and then grew
No,
it
it's back now.
Yeah, she
She got off Ozempic.
is back. She grew it back.
She saw the sales go down and she was like, "Oh shit, I gotta get
her
my ass
only
back."
her only real selling point,
Yeah, it was just her ass.
She's.
which is crazy
Can you look
considering
up
she was
who she's dating?
underage.
I think it's an athlete.
Ice Spice?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like she's dating an athlete.
First fucking recommended search is Ice Spice twerking. Come on, people.
Awesome.
Gosh. Who is her? I want to say it's like a.
Who's Ice Spice's current boyfriend?
Is it?
Currently dating.
Is it a
Sauce Gardner, New York Jets cornerback.
Oh, shit! Yeah, it is.
You can have him in the draft league.
I'm good.
no longer trust his
I no longer trust his mental health for the rest of the season.
unless he's like super smart. He's like, this is how I
He's
get
honestly
known.
a really good player.
Yeah,
He's trying to do
not
what
for
Travis
long.
Kelce did.
Ice Spice got a hold of him. Wait until she goes back on Ozempic and he crashes out.
Already. You see how we spiraled
Tish said
because
bullying works sometimes.
you see how I know, right? Freaking the Lizzo effect. You saw how we spiraled because Tish said
She used to be.
she
She
thinks
used to play
Block's
volleyball.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did we leave off, bro?
we left off with
Time is it? It's already 9:30.
yeah, crazy. We talked about with
I like
misconceptions. Misconceptions. Anyways,
Exceptions.
yeah, exactly.
We're not gonna have those anymore with the euthanization plan.
Nope.
Full circle. My bad. I just had to bring it all the way back
Yeah.
around.
So the last part here, what Armin says about how, and we know he's talking to somebody. It's being alluded to at this point, but we know he's talking to Annie. Right? He's putting in that work. And Armin says, like, I still don't know that we made the right choice back then. Right? He says, I can't help but wonder if there was some other path we could have taken if we'd just seen it. Those are words with a lot of weight behind them. And it's a lot of regret. And I'm trying to think of exactly what it is that he is referring to in this moment with the direction and the choice that they made back then. Right? And there was some other path. And it could just very well just be the rumbling, and it could very well just be not trying to communicate. Right? It could just be the attack over on Liberia.
Maybe, yeah, of like where it comes
You know?
from.
And excuse me, it could just be that. But
But they did also just, take some ships.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron's not necessarily wrong, but
yeah, I mean, even then we get that moment too where
he's
like
totally dismissing Armin though.
we get the
being a
moment too.
Jaeger.
Yeah, well we get that moment too. We're like Aaron, over in the shooting range training this and that, and one of the shots goes on to go ahead and the bullet, we focus over on the bullet as it's like approaching towards the camera, and then all of a sudden it strikes somebody's torso, and then we see that it's Sasha, and again
back on that fucking plane.
it's exactly,
Hate
we're
that
back
plane.
to that reality where that happened, and then we see everybody dealing with it and stuff, and then moments now where as Armin is recalling those events with somebody, and I think those are the regrets that he has. He's talking about how the decision that they made
He always wishes it was more peaceful.
to follow along Yelena's plan, Zeke's plan, he can't help but wonder if there was another path that they could have taken. Right?
Nice choice of words.
And he says too, if we'd just seen it. Like, who is seeing it? Aaron's seeing it. Aaron's seeing it all play out.
And this
right?
motherfucker's losing his mind.
So like again, like you're talking about these choice of words, right? As Armin is talking about how like, if only there was another path. Like if only we could have seen it. Like these are things that are going to become such a focus and such a point of emphasis, like towards the end of season 4,
Yeah.
And then when he just says, I used to think that I understood Aaron better than anyone, even Mikasa, but now I just don't know anymore.
this is where he knows he's losing his best friend. You know, he sees how he's changing, and that's that. And soon they're gonna start freaking fighting, and Aaron's gonna go and beat the shit out of Armin.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
But hey, Tish, we get that scene where Armin looks kind of sexy for 1 second.
Nah, for real.
Craziness, but yeah, that's the episode that we have for you guys.
Tune
Yeah, it
in
was
for
fun.
more.
It was fun to go ahead and stream on YouTube, and we appreciate again all the new friends that we got.
This is so new for us and shiny.
Yeah, it's cool because we were able to go ahead and stream with our our usual loyal friends, but also with some new friends that we hope go ahead and stick around with us, and hope join us in chat and every time that we're live. And again, make sure you guys go ahead and follow us over on Instagram at Attack to Talk Podcast for all of your updates, and we'll let you guys know when we'll be streaming live, and make sure you guys go ahead and see in the bio that we have over there. There's a link tree where the different platforms where we're available. But if you're going to be tuning in live with us, then that'll be on YouTube.
Yes.
The episodes will come out later on.
They'll still be uploaded. Thank you, Nate.
Just so that we're all aware here, right? The lives are not going to stay up over on the YouTube channel. The lives will be available for probably like 48 hours, and then we'll leave them. I'm going to go ahead and private them because Nate does pull the episodes and he does go through an editing process, and
They're more digestible
and stuff. And I
More
don't want to
user-friendly.
I don't want to go ahead and have a live episode and then Nate's episode that he put work into both there, and then I feel like if you want to go and catch the episode at a later time, then Nate will make that available for everybody. And again, it's a
Thank you,
huge
Nate.
shout out to Nate that we're able to go ahead and figure out how to stream, right? Obviously on YouTube, as well as have chat over there. And we saw that at the start of the stream. Again, if you're watching this later time, it didn't happen. We're just talking
No.
about funny stuff here, but
Yeah.
the chat wasn't there. It was a freaking monkey. It was
Yeah.
it was like
Purple monkey.
It was,
with
it was a
hammer.
little monkey for a while.
yeah.
Hey, best part is about next week is if you need Nate, I will wake his ass up 3:30 in the morning. Be like, hey,
There you go.
come on, the stream's not working.
I am gonna have to ask if I'm gonna have to do that for chat for every time.
I don't think you will.
Yeah.
I hope not.
So,
I'll ask him. I'll shoot him a text.
but if I have the issue again, now I know to go over to the chat and get the website address and copy that over too.
the
So,
pop-up.
Yeah.
Pop-up chat.
But anyways, like I said, live streams available 48 hours, and then the episodes will come out the following week. And again, shout out to Nate. Alrighty, guys, that's all we got for you guys today. I don't know if we got a code from Jacob.
Did we?
Yeah. Code friends. Also, Zebra Cakes, I'm sorry about your weird week.
Yeah, sorry, zebra cakes.
Hey,
Code friends, because we got a bunch of new ones today.
I'm sorry.
Amen to that. Jacob,
Scary.
we always appreciate
Sorry,
you,
zebra
man, and your
cakes.
codes, and we appreciate you, just looking out for each and, every one of us and stuff. We see that you like to go ahead and have your, fun messages and stuff like that in regards to a lot of different topics that we go ahead and we cover. But then, you go ahead and you just bless us with these comments where, you express concern and you're looking out for us and stuff, and we really appreciate that. And that's what's so cool about the community is that we have each other's backs, and again, to our new friends, if you stick around long enough with us, you'll figure that out real quick, that we all have each other's back here, and it's a very positive minded community that we have, and it's something that I'm very proud of. And yeah, there's a lot of love going around here and a lot of support. So with that being said, guys, again, today was fun. It was really, really cool. I got nothing left for you guys other than just please be safe out there. There's a lot of craziness happening over in the world that we live in, and I want you guys just to go ahead and just try to be safe, and spread the love and positivity, and just try to be just people in this world that uplift people and not bring people down. And yeah, it's a difficult thing to do, but we just try to do the best we can. So with that being said, guys, I'm AJ, signing off, saying I love you guys, and thank you again for everything. And I hope to see you guys here next week with me and Lex and Zach. Safe travels, man.
You guys will get a FaceTime with me.
And so there's a lot of crazy stuff happening, and I know. Just like when I told Lexi, you better get back safe thing.
Yeah.
Can't guarantee you it'll be in a week, but I'll be here in one piece.
You gotta be back, bro.
One
And stuff. And
See, now you're thinking right. Now
You guys
you're
trained me to do it.
there you go. So, but
I'll say it
yeah.
like Whitebeard. The One Piece.
So, love you guys, and that's all I got for you guys. I'll let Lexi and Zach say their goodbyes.
Bye, guys. Be safe. Try to hold my tongue when I say this. Protect immigrants around you. Protect people around you. Protect yourselves, and show no fear. If you meet a Trump supporter, give him a good slap for me. Thanks. Love you guys.
Preach.
Bye.
I'm gonna end it with a little bit of love this week. 1 Corinthians 13 verses 4 through 5. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud, it does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love you guys. Peace, love, positivity. Please go give
that
someone a
was great.
compliment tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.